Alrighty, how's it going, guys? Hope you all are doing great. This is EVlog coming to you live with Skindy on the other line, and we are back. We're back on another episode on Naruto tier list. Now, this is the fourth episode of the tier list. The first three was Naruto and Sasuke, and the second was let me see here, make sure I'm team 7, right? The whole team 7. The third is team 8 and team 9 or team 10. And now we're doing team Gaara and team 9. Yeah, team 9, which is Guy Sensei, Neji, 1010, and the Taijutsu himself, Rock Lee. And I just want to throw this out there. If you guys want to join us, if any one of you guys want to join us to add onto the program, I'm going to leave the link of my Discord in the description of this video, just in case if you want to join us, if you want to add something, if you have something to add on to the program, please feel free to share your thoughts and to come on to the Discord and join us. We're free and willing to have you in. So, Skindy, you can
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. I'm happy to be back again on another episode. Uh, yeah, just as Adblock said, we're doing Rock Lee's and Gaara's team. So we will be doing additional forms for Naruto and Sasuke. So yeah, without further ado, I think we should just get into it.
Alrighty, let's get it.
Okay. So let's start with Rock Lee with his weights on. Um, he beats Asuka with Sharingan.
Yeah, definitely beats everybody.
Yeah.
He definitely
Um,
beats his own.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
he's here.
yeah,
Uh,
because I remember before the tuning exam, he faced Sasuke. Even with Sasuke's Sharingan, he couldn't detect
yeah. But
Rock
that
Lee's
was
speed.
before the exam,
Yeah,
as we
before the
know.
exam. Yeah.
Because this Sasuke fights Orochimaru. And he doesn't beat this Sasuke, nor Tishino, not Curse Mark Sasuke. At
Hmm.
least this version of Lee. Yeah. So Lee without his weights on. Um, I think I think he's here.
Yeah,
Guess
without his weights on, he's pretty fast, and I can even say, to some degree, faster than Sasuke's young Sharingan eyesight.
um he's stronger than I think Curse Mark Sasuke in the forest.
Definitely.
Uh, but he's weaker than Red Chakra Naruto that beat Neji.
Yeah, due to the fact that whatever he does to Naruto in that form, Kurama would
Yeah,
just heal him up, and he's just gonna continue
yeah.
coming. Yeah.
Because during exams, Neji and Weightless Lee are portrayed to be around the same level, just that Neji's are like during exams, Neji's around one or first gate Rock Lee.
Hmm.
Because when Rock Lee opened the third gate, um, that's like when like I think Neji um, uh, was kind of like accepted to be inferior to like third or fourth gate Lee. Um, but okay, this is fifth gate Lee, the one that like almost beat Gaara. Um, I think he's here.
Yeah, it's really hard to depict that against the nine tail included, but definitely he should be able to beat Sasuke even with the uh what is it again? Before he went to Orochimaru, he should still be able to beat Sasuke. Although
I don't think he beat Black Suit Sasuke or the one that fights Gaara. Um, Sasuke stated and shown to be stronger and faster than Lee, even without his Chidori. Um,
no
yeah, yeah.
way.
In the data book, it stated Sasuke is Gaara's strongest opponent, and that's like before he's using his Sharingan or Chidori, as well as
Really?
yeah. I mean I can send you the data book statement, but also if you want to go by feet, you know that how Lee couldn't like break. He got through Gaara's defense, but couldn't break his sand armor. That's why like Gaara after the whole Lee fight just like stood up and like when like guy saves Lee or Gaara were killing him. Um, Gaara Lee couldn't break Gaara's armor and like directly damage him, and like he could like immediately stand up after the fight, and like Sasuke just in base was like beating him up in the arena, and Gaara was like on the knees, huffing and puffing, and wanted to be possessed by Shukaku, which he never, because like he couldn't beat Sasuke other way, and he didn't need that against Lee. As well as Sasuke is stronger than transformed Gaara before he goes to Shukaku.
Because the thing is, Sasuke never saw the match between Rock Lee
Yeah, but
and
Kakashi
Gaara.
saw it.
Oh, right. Yeah, the copy
Yeah,
ninja. The copy
yeah.
ninja
That's
himself.
why Guy said to Kakashi, "Why did you only teach Sasuke high speed taijutsu?"
When
Uh,
he knew
because
that,
it didn't work on Gaara, and
right.
the Gaara that Sasuke fights is stronger. So Guy was like confused why I would just only teach him the jutsu, but Sasuke had the Chidori, which is which Temari and Gaara and everyone says that when Sasuke uses Chidori and Gaara, this is the first time Gaara's been injured because he's started bleeding.
Well, technically, Rock Lee did injure him when
No, he
when
didn't
he
go
did.
through his sand armor.
Hold on. When he
Him like, but couldn't like seriously damage him because he couldn't draw any blood for him or penetrate his sand armor.
penetrating the sand armor, like there is a because I believe in that sense. When Rock Lee was attacking Gaara and Gaara was using his defense, it wasn't
Hmm.
that Rock Lee wasn't hitting the sand. It's almost like Gaara was using it as a shield. So technically, Rock Lee was hitting Gaara, but due to this the sand shield that covered him, he couldn't get through. And
Yeah, let me
again,
see if I get to-
And again, during that time, Gara is aware enough to not let himself vulnerable against Rock Lee, especially seeing everything he's been able to do. The only reason why Sasuke was able to damage him was Gara was so sure that he is protected with the Shikaku, with the miniature cloak Shikaku sand barrier that he used to give him time to
You know that like
transform.
Sasuke fights stronger Gaara than Rock Lee, even in the arena before they go to the forest.
I'm not really
Basically,
sure.
the more blood that Gaara, basically the more blood the sand comes in contact with, the stronger the sand and Gaara becomes. And Gaara killed a few people in those 1 month of time skip. Let me see if I find the. Also, Lee admits inferiority to both Gaara and Sasuke when he sees Sasuke fight Gaara. I'm looking at the chapter right now, and yeah, Gaara isn't damaged at all after the Lee fight. He just goes back normally. And after the Sasuke fight, even in the arena, Gaara has to retreat and was like knocked out. So like Temari has to carry him. And Sasuke fights even a transformed Gaara, who's several times more powerful than before.
True, like when they fought in the forest.
Yeah, Sasuke he didn't even lose to Gaara. He only kind of like got paralyzed by the curse mark because he lost a lot of chakra because he used one Chidori at the arena. So technically, Sasuke was stronger than even transformed Gaara before the full Shukaku.
But when it comes to durability, who is more durable, Sasuke or Rock Lee?
Sasuke easily. Lee can't even sustain his own damage because his body's breaking down.
Well,
Oh,
well, I mean, I will give you that for now, but due to the amount of training Rock Lee goes through, I don't think I've ever seen Sasuke go through that damage. I mean, go through that type of training, and
that's the
even
point.
when he
That's the point. Rock Lee says, how could Sasuke even achieve such a level of speed in a mere month where he had to train his whole life to attain that. And Levin says that like Sasuke in base reached the speed of his fifth gate.
well, that's because of his Sharingan. If it's not because
Yeah,
of this, yeah,
yeah.
that's due to the Sharingan ability.
Also, Sasuke probably boosts his speed with chakra control, which like Lee can do. That's why probably he also reached such a high speed.
Okay. Yeah, let's continue.
Okay. Then Drunk Lee that fights Kimimaro.
The drunken fist.
Yeah. I mean stronger than weightless. Stronger than this, stronger. I think he's still weaker than Fifth Gate.
No, actually not. No, I believe Drunken Fist,
Actually,
Rock
no.
Lee should be able
Wait.
to beat. He
Actually,
should beat. Was it Kakashi or Tsunade? That when Rock Lee tastes um, alcohol or something, that he is in a different league. Like, and when we
I
saw
mean,
him fight Kimimaru, like his moves is just unpredictable, right?
yeah.
Even Sasuke can't even handle Kimimaru. In even in Kimimaru's condition, Sasuke or curse mark Sasuke before he went to Orochimaru cannot come close to handling Kimimaru at all. But Rock Lee did it without chakra, without ninjutsu
Actually,
or
I
genjutsu.
only I'm putting Lee right here but yeah, he was definitely weaker than base Kimimaru. But still, base Kimimaru was like shitting on QB and Naruto in the Sasuke retrieval arc.
Yes.
And basically Mario was stronger, I think, that all of Sound 4 in their curse mark forms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so basically in Shippuden, mm, he doesn't have any scaling. He like loses to 30% Kisame Clown. That's like the only fight and he beats a few Zetsus, I think. He doesn't do. What does he do in Shippuden? I don't. I don't have Six Gate Lee in the war arc on here. But this like base Lee. Where do you think he goes?
I'll say due to training and experience, I'll say eh,
Is he stronger than War Arc Hinata?
definitely.
Stronger than start of Shippuden base Naruto?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pre-War Arc Shikamaru.
I'm not totally sure, simply because of
But I definitely have him below Shino. Yeah. Okay, I think joining is fine. So okay, then we have Chunin exams Neiji. Here I guess. Do you agree?
I would have loved to see that fight if Rock Lee had faced Neji. Because the moves he used on Gaara on during the training exam, he
Yeah,
was saving it to
I do
fight
have
Neji
Fifth
with
Gate
it.
Lee here. That he's here, which like I think he's like stronger than Chunin exams Neiji Fifth Gate Lee, but I think that Neiji is stronger than Weightless Lee without gates.
Without the weights,
Without the guy, with Neji is stronger than Lee without weights, but this Lee doesn't have gates. No gates. Because Fifth Gate Lee is here, far higher.
I don't hold on. When it comes to quickness and reflexes, I don't think Neji is stronger than like I mean Rock
Because
Lee is definitely
okay,
faster than him.
I'm gonna say something. Curse Forest of Death, Curse Mark Sasuke, Weightless Lee, and Neji are all around the same level.
Right.
Because you know when like Sasuke first time he like used Curse Mark in the forest to save Sakura and beat the Sound Ninja. Like Neji and Tenten. I mean Neji was comparing himself to Sasuke to be a worthy rival, and Tenten didn't even know if like Neji could beat that Sasuke.
Yeah, but then again, another example should be is Neji during exam Neji able to avoid Gaara's defense system.
Neji versus Gaara is a bad matchup for Neji because Gaara can just reopen the chakra points like Naruto. And I think Neji is fast enough to get through base Gaara's shield, but like all okay. Well, when we get to base Gaara, we can talk about it more. But I think that like here, because like Naruto beat him, but like not in raw power or speed, but just like by outsmarting him.
I know
But they,
that I know that Rock Lee without weights is faster than Neji.
I don't think so, because Lee says that he needs gates to beat Neji.
When did he say that?
That's why he asked Guy to teach him the gates.
Yeah, but to beat him is different from being quicker than him.
Yeah, but like he wouldn't win in a fight.
Interesting.
And I still think, and Neji was still didn't think Lee was stronger than him until I think the fourth gate of third or fourth gate until Rock Lee put the third or fourth gate against Gaara. Neji still didn't think Lee was stronger.
No, if okay. Well, it's just that they didn't get to fight, but if they had fought,
Also, like that
it should
Neji,
have been an interesting one.
that is Neji before the 1 month of training, which like he learns the rotation
Yeah,
and Lee that is not using any of number of gates isn't going through the because you know that stated that like rotation is greater defense than sand shield.
Well, they didn't really put that to test. Gaara never fought Neji, so it's just a prediction that is stronger,
Okay, yes,
but not
we're gonna
necessarily.
get when we get to Gaara versus Neji, we're gonna talk about it. So okay, Sasuke retrieval arc Neji. He beats one of the Sound Four alone without help. Yeah, Neji is the only one that like doesn't like quote unquote cheat or get help to beat one of the Sound Four. Because Shikamaru gets saved by Temari, Kiba gets saved by Kankura, Choji eats a red pill that boosts his power 100 times. Okay, where is... okay. At least here. At least. Because I think that you agree that any of the curse mark sound 4 would just like stomp any of the lower. Anyone lower. Do you think retrieval arc Neji beats 5th gate Lee?
So fifth gate, I think. Let me ask this question: with Lee using, does he use chakra or does he use?
Yeah, all shinobi use chakra.
Use chakra.
Lee,
Okay.
Lee just can't use ninjutsu or
Ninjutsu or
genjutsu.
genjutsu. Okay.
Yeah, because ninjutsu and genjutsu just like you use chakra control to manipulate chakra you have. Because gates are just when you open the gates, you just like your chakra flow increases like I know several times. That's why yeah. Okay,
Yeah, because
so yeah.
I remember vividly when Rock Lee opened or started using his gates on Gaara. My guy
Mm-hmm.
did say that when you start opening those gates, the strength level of those gates, it's like the strength of 5 Kags combined into one.
Oh yeah, 8
Can net
gates. Yeah, obviously 8. Okay, all characters. Let's say you have comparison. You have Lee, Might Guy, and Guys is dead. Um, let's say they all open one gate. They're not all equally strong at one gate. They're just like that's just a multiplier on top of your base. Um, that's why let's say like when the guys that open the 8 gates when he fights the sound no the ninja swordsman 7 ninja swordsman.
where I'm driving at is when we saw what Rock Lee did to Gaara when he
Yeah.
opened the first gate, we saw the type of damage. That damage literally racked the whole area. Like it turned it
Yeah, but
upside
that's
down.
like let's think like for example that's also a good comparison.
And again,
Rasengan versus Chidori.
hold on. And again, that is Gaara with a shield sand ability. He shielded himself. Now, if he didn't shield himself, let's say if Rock Lee hits Neji with that ability, Neji wouldn't survive it because he doesn't have the same type of shield Gaara does.
Yeah, but like if Nate uses rotation, I think he would block the punch from Lee. Maybe not the 5th gate. I don't know about the hidden lotus at the 5th gate, but I think any spot the retrieval arc. Because the retrieval arc Neji like blocks Curse Mark 2 Kidomaru's arrows that like can shoot 100 meters, I think, away. That like could blow up the whole forest. Because this is like Sasuke retrieval arc Neji.
Because if okay, the thing is, if Rock Lee comes at Neji and Neji uses his rotation, Rock Lee can literally stand by, just pause for a minute, wait for Neji to finish doing his rotation, and then grab him and do whatever he wants to do with him. Because when it comes to physicality, when it comes to flexibility and reflexes, right? Uh, Although Neji is good when it comes to reflexes, but Rock Lee is just in a different level. So let's say Neji knows that he is supposed to use his rotation jutsu, right? And here comes Rock Lee, and Neji uses his rotation, but we also know that Rock Lee is fast enough to stop whatever he's going to do.
Actually, I think I underestimated Neji. Actually, I'm gonna put. Actually,
Because when Rock Lee
I'm
was
I'm
attacking
gonna put Neji at least here.
when
Cause I don't think any of the I don't I am I did like defend a lot earlier during exam Sasuke, but I think that like Curse Mark Kidomaru would just annihilate him. I don't know if annihilate him, but beat him as well as Fifth Gate Lee. Because they think that like Fifth Gate Lee can like beat Curse Mark to Kidomaru.
I believe so.
I don't think so. Um,
And again, where I'm driving at is the fact that these two know each other very well. Rock Lee and Neji know each other. So most likely, Rock Lee knows that there must be um what is it called? Like you know how when Neji uses his rotation, there is a blind spot, right? There is
yeah, only
there is a
you
weakness to it.
yeah, but that Rock Lee isn't doing anything in that blind spot because that's you could barely fit an arrow, a thin arrow through the blind spot. So maybe you can throw a kunai, and that's like questionable if you have that if you're that accurate.
But if
But
these two but if these two has trained so much together and they work as a team and they go on a mission together, wouldn't Rock Lee know Neji's blind spot?
yeah, but he can't do anything in that blind spot. It's so thin. It's like like the whole circle is like 360-degree, and blind spot is only 1 degree.
And we know Rock Lee is very good at what he does. He's very skilled when it
Yeah,
comes
but
to
he
stuff like
can't do
this.
anything. He can't just like go through the blind spot with his body
But he could throw
because
a
it's
kunai,
not.
just like you said.
Yeah, but I like to say if they train together, that Neji would know that only like a weapon or something, you can only throw like a weapon or something through the blind spot.
Because if we watch that fight between Gaara and Neji, I mean, sorry, Gaara and Rock Lee, when Rock Lee was about to hit the Hidden Lotus, he looked at Neji and said to him, I was saving this move just to beat you, right?
Yeah, and I
Just to
agree that
beat you.
like yeah, that was like Turing exam Neji. This is like
Hold on,
Sasuke
hold.
retrieval Neji,
I
who's like
know.
astronomically more powerful.
Yeah, he said, I'm saving this move just to beat you with it. That means Rock Lee knows about Neji's weak points as well because these two go on the mission. And when they go on missions, Neji will use his ability. And the more time he uses it, the more, I mean, they know each other very well. And the interesting thing is, Neji has never seen Rock Lee with the Hidden Lotus. So it's such a move that if Rock Lee pulls it out, Neji would not necessarily know what to do. I
I'm gonna
think
debate this now because I don't care for Neji scanning.
his only go-to is to use his 360 defense system or defense
I just
jutsu.
think that would mean that like you would have to put at least 3 or 4 members of the Sound for below Fifth Gate League, which I don't agree. But when we get to that, I'm gonna talk about it.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, if only they had fought. Yeah, but yeah,
okay,
let's
so
continue.
start of Shippuden AJ. Um, Actually, no. Actually, oh, I gotta put it here. Do you agree?
Mm, yeah, I'll give him that.
Yeah, because Neji was massively stronger than Rock Lee and Tenten at the start of Shippuden.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
yeah. Okay, so part one, Tenten. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here depends if you use the anime or the manga. If it's anime, then Tenten is here. But if you use the manga, Tenten is here.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. Because in the anime, Tenten, when Tenten fights Tamara, or when she like helps train Neji, she loses a shit ton of weapons, but in the manga it's less. So I think that like if she has the amount of weapons, like in the anime, she would like could like defeat Naruto. Because okay,
Mhm.
so start of Shippuden Tenten. Mm,
Start of Shippuden 1010. She's stronger than
maybe you can
Naruto
put
start of
her
Shippuden?
lower, but like she's relative to Lee when they fight 30% clone of Kisame. I mean, she's like she has less of she has less. I don't know, because the only time like Lee's above Tenten, basically Lee's above Tenten in that fight when they fight Kisame clone is Lee can like hold in the water longer than Tenten when they're in the water bubble.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Kisame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, Lee's like physically trained more than Tenten, so it's logical. Actually, I wouldn't put that in here
But
because
so
she
do
only
you?
like does good versus the clone because guy and Neji mostly like create an opening for Tenten to launch her weapons. Mm,
Yeah, I'll put
I
her
might
there.
even put her here or even lower.
Yeah,
Because
I'll put her there just to be
I'm gonna
nice
just
because I don't think she's stronger than Drunken Fist Rock Lee.
actually I'm gonna put her wait where's I don't know because she doesn't have a scaling. She only has scaling because other characters create an opening in a team fight.
Hmm.
Um, this pretty much, she has like she's better than Nino because Nino just like doesn't do shit until the war arc.
Definitely
Um,
better than Ino, that's for sure.
yeah, but because she doesn't have scaling, yeah. She has AP scaling, I guess. Okay, so war arc Tenten. Actually, I think you'll disagree, but actually, she she kind of like beats on Edo Tensei Kakuzu easier than Naruto did with his Rasen Shuriken. Because this Tenten has that like six pass weapon, you know, the fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I didn't really watch 1010 after the tuning exam.
yeah.
I forgot what
In
she
the war,
did
you
during.
know, like on the beach side when was Daru's company, I think it was Edo Tensei Kakuzu versus Tenten with that like six pass fan, and
Maybe
like
I
she
have
kind of like mid diffed Kakuzu. I mean, it was Edo Tensei Kakuzu, but
maybe I have forgotten what happened.
where's Kakashi?
Are you telling me that Shikamaru is stronger than Guy?
Oh, this is part one base guy. Cause he just like, I guess he doesn't have much in part one in base. I mean, if this is war arc base guy, oof, he's gonna go. He could go into like mid to high Kage if it's war arc base guy, but I'm just gonna use because I'm gonna just use this as part one base guy. I think Guy said that like he's stronger than Kakashi when like he's first introduced to Team 7. And like him and Kakashi are rivals, so maybe you can put him higher. Because this is only part one.
Okay, I mean, if it is part one, I can understand, but
Yeah, and
you
this
know,
guy doesn't open any gates in part one. Because even if it's, let's say, start of Shippuden guy, he's still above Neji. Um,
he's above everyone on that line.
yeah, anyways. So six gate guy.
Six
So
gate
okay,
guy.
so which six gate guy is this? Is this War Arc six gate guy or the Kisame fight six gate guy?
Mm,
Which one do we use? Do we use the War Arc or when he fights Kisame?
well, we can use them both because after he fought Kisame, he did
'Cause,
train.
I mean, mm, oof, this would like. I think Guy gets stronger because if Kisame scales this high, oof. Um, um, that's better versus Ido Jinchuriki than KCM Naruto. And um, I mean, I don't want to say like Kakashi gets stronger in the War Arc, but at the start of War Arc, Six Gate Guide and War Arc Kakashi are comparable, and they're both of them are like stronger than KCM1 Naruto that fights the Jinchuriki. Um, I don't know if he beats six tails because he only fights I think 4 and 5 tails in version 2, but he doesn't. I can't remember if he fights six tails version 2.
I don't think, yeah, no, he can beat
Because
Six Tail.
I do think he fights this like version 2 Jinchurikis with his like, flaming fists. He could like damage him. But I don't know.
I mean, he can fight Six Tail, but I don't think he will win against Six
Yeah.
Tail. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he can hold his own, though. He can hold his own, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 7 gate. Okay, if this is Kisame fight, he's here or here if this is a Kisame fight. But if this is war later in the war arc, what does he do? He's probably, I think he's still here.
Is that before he
Actually,
fought
no,
Madara?
he's probably here because of Hirodora.
Is that before he fought Madara or during Madara fight?
Yeah, because no, I'm talking about this is the one that like helps fight Madara and Obito because he blasts Madara's full body Susanoo with Hirodora. Um, I think here is fine, I guess. Because if it's because this is later in the war arc, 7 gate. Um, okay, 8 gates.
Mm, I would say
Uh,
10 tails, but not.
Naruto does better versus Madara, versus the same Madara. Because Naruto kind of like destroys Madara's guy, loses Guy plus multiple like Kage plus Shinobi lose in the same order.
I'll tell you right now, if Guy has some type of ability to regenerate and heal himself, he will destroy everybody.
I disagree.
And I mean, well, except the Sage of the Sixth Path and Kaguya and those Otsutsuki, but
No, I think that like even if he had like infinite stamina in 8 gates, he at best he would be here at best, because everybody above is just like much faster and stronger than him, even if he had like infinite stamina. Because they fight ridiculously stronger characters than Guy. Because that Madara is like the weakest Jubi Madara that we see.
yeah, but then again, I mean, I remember this man is not using any ninjutsu or genjutsu, which can also be
Actually, Guy can use summoning jutsu.
yeah. I mean, one would think that it would be a disability for him, but it became a blessing. Now, if he continues to train, let's say with the ability to regenerate himself, healing ability, and he continues to train, wouldn't he be stronger than when he faced Madara?
I mean, he would be like stronger, I guess, if hypothetically he could still like train and hone his skills. He would probably be stronger than that Madara that he fought. But I still don't think, even if he trains, that he's gonna get to, let's say, upper six pass tier or even low Tsutsuki tier.
No, because those guys use mystic and mysterious jutsu.
Yeah,
That
all
is,
of them except Sakura, which the only reason why I think Sakura is this high is because she's the third main character. All of them have six pass chakra in some way. They're amped all by six pass, or they're Utsutsuki, which they're gods. Okay, now let's go to Gaara's team. I have two Gaaras, and I'm gonna explain why. This is the Gaara that beat Rock Lee. And this is the Gaara that fights Sasuke at the arena before the whole coup d'etat begins. Okay, so this Gaara, no, he's here. And this Gaara still here.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, so do we say this is the Gaara that Sasuke fights, or that this is the Gaara that Naruto fights? Because if this is the whole Shukaku, because if this isn't the Shukaku, then he's here still, or at best he's here. But if this is the one that fights Naruto, then he's here.
Yeah, let's just say he's one that fought Naruto.
Okay. Because he was like slowly transforming more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a Sasuke retrieval Gaara, the one that fights Kimimaru.
Definitely a badass version of him. Definitely a badass Gaara. Because that version of him, in that version, he's more calmer, more deadly, more sure of himself.
I think he would beat Fritomo Sasuke.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think he loses to Kurtzmark 2 and 1 tell.
As long as he doesn't look him in his eyes. But even if Sasuke puts him under a Genjutsu, which is probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, because Sasuke doesn't use Genjutsu until Shippuden.
Yeah, even on Shippuden, if Sasuke puts him under a Genjutsu, Shikaku will just wake him up. Because doesn't
only
Gaara?
in the first arc, 'cause then he loses Shukaku later after the
Oh
first
yeah,
arc.
yeah. He did lose Chicago.
Which is like weird. He gets massively stronger after losing Shukaku.
Yeah.
I think I heard the explanation why that Gaara wasn't sleeping as long as he had Shukaku. Also, he like I think in the anime in the filler, someone like trains Gaara in hand-to-hand combat. I think, if I remember. Okay, so this is Kazekage Retrieval Gaara, the one that fights Deidara. Okay. Okay, he's anywhere from here up to here, or maybe even here, depending on how you scale him.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. I,
because you can argue that he's below Sakura, if you
I don't
think.
I don't think he's below Sakura at all. At all.
Then it's like Kakuzu versus Deidara, who's stronger. I think that
Gaara,
I'm gonna just put it here because I think that Deidara that Gaara fought is weaker than Kakuzu, but Deidara that Sasuke fights is way stronger than Kakuzu.
Gaara is not like that. Only that sand tsunami of his can literally bury anyone and crush anyone. Well, not really
Yeah,
anyone, but most people.
and
Like
I'm just gonna place
easy.
him here because I think that that Deidara that was like toying around, it had only like one what is it? Only like half of the clay and didn't use any of his more powerful techniques. Was kind of like relative to Gaara, and beat Gaara in the desert. And I think that like Kakaza would also be that Gaara. I mean, Gaara gets stronger. Okay, so this is War Arc. Gaara. War Arc Gaara. Actually. What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah, maybe you can argue even that he's stronger than KCM1. Um, that depends on how you scale the War Arc Raikage, but because okay, so Boruto Gaara. He do you know of? Did you hear of that scaling Gaara scaling to Momoshiki?
No, no, I didn't hear about
No, no,
that.
I also don't agree with this. I'm just gonna put here. All I think it. I don't agree with. I think he's here is fine, but I don't agree with that statement of that when when all the Kages were gonna fight Momoshiki with Sasuke. I think that Shikamaru says that this is like the best team. I don't think it's the best team. The best fighting power is like Sasuke plus the four Kages, which would
Mm.
include Boruto and Kakashi. Mm.
Come to think of it, Gaara's sand manipulation ability, he can actually extend that manipulation. You know that he can, if he gets a sand inside someone's body, he can actually manipulate that sand enough to kill the person. Do you know that?
Yeah. Yeah, if he gets it, yeah.
Come to
Do you
think of
think
it.
okay, you know this picture here? I placed it before, but I think I didn't explain it. This is Sage Mode current Naruto in the manga. He didn't really fight anyone. I don't some people say that that was the fight, but it really wasn't. But this is basically Sage Mode Hokage Naruto current. I think it's still stronger than all other Kages. What do you think? Yeah. Okay, Chunin exams Temari. Actually, no, I'm gonna say this is because only I have one Temari from part one. So I'm gonna say this is Sasuke retrieval arc. Hmm.
I agree because if she goes against Neji, Neji will not get
Yeah,
close to
because
her at
she's
all.
a long range fighter.
Yeah, she's a long range fighter, and ain't no way Neji is getting close to her at
Especially
all
if she
because,
summons that weasel that like didn't like she one shot curse mark Yuya in the whole forest.
yep.
Oh, bro. I mean, you can argue she's higher. Depends on how you scale the sound for. But okay, so War Arc Temari. Okay, what does War Arc Temari do? She
I don't remember.
damages Further Kage, but Further Kage was in base. He didn't have the lightning armor.
I don't remember much of her during the war,
Yeah.
but I will assume that she got stronger. Whatever she did on the first part of Naruto, I'm sure she got stronger enough
Actually,
to
oof,
do
I'm
more
gonna do.
damage.
Yeah. Um.
We can just put that, I don't know,
Yeah.
tier.
There is a feat which I don't agree. I think that doesn't count. Basically, no, not Sas. Sorry, Kankura, Temari, and Gaara fire an attack at Sasuke, the Faikage Summit at the same time, at the same speed. Which I think that was just a combination attack. I think that wasn't who has the fastest attack. But okay, so part one Kankuro. Again, I don't have two exams Kankuro, part but Sasuke retrieval are Kankuro. I don't know. Actually, I'm also gonna actually again how you scale the sound for Kankuro fights the strongest of the sound for, but he was weakened. Again. Okay, so War Arc Kankuro. He has Sasori puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I don't know
again, I don't
where
know
to
because
place him.
I'm not gonna say that War Arc because he has Sasori puppet. That means that he has the same power as Sasori, which I don't think that's the case.
No, not even. No, not even close. Sasori
Because
turned himself into a puppet, and
yeah,
he could actually still he if he wanted to continuously fight Sakura, he could have actually.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so Granny Chio. Okay, I'm gonna place her.
Chio is a badass.
Yeah, she had Sakura scale around the same. Chio just admits that Sakura's like does better versus Asuri than her. I mean, at the start, Chio is obviously stronger than Sakura when the fight versus Asuri begins. But Sakura gets stronger later in the fight, and like I think saves Chio twice. Because both, let it Chio. Yeah, that is like yeah. I'm not gonna touch on that. That's just anime filler moment in the war arc. It's basically Chio and Kimimaru scaling to KCM1 Naruto.
Mm.
Uh, Okay, so now we can do additional forms for Naruto and Sasuke that we didn't do yet.
What about their teacher,
Oh yeah, I don't have him on the list because he's kind
Baki?
of like featless. That's why I had
Okay.
Chio.
Oh, okay.
Because he gets just like off screen, I think. By yeah, I think I can't remember, but yeah, I think he dies. Okay, so okay, this is okay. Do you know which Naruto this is? This is you know the one that like goes to talk to Nagato and like is in Sage mode, but also gets the QB eyes. So it's
All at the same
basically
time.
it's Biju Sage mode. How he does it later in the war, but it's like just like basically this not you know like how this Naruto gets those QB eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But this Naruto stacked Sage mode with it. He's in Sage mode, but gets a bit of Kurama chakra. So a way stronger Naruto than Pain Arc Naruto. We don't know how strong he is, but he gets like a massive QB amp on top of his Sage mode. So I'll probably just put him here. Okay. Okay, so this is mastered KCM. Because we have KCM 1 and KCM 2. But this is like mastered KCM. Um, what do you think?
The
I mean,
KC.
this mastered KCM is stated equal to base Hakura um, in the world. Uh, but yeah, because this master KCM is stronger than initial KCM2. Because initial KCM2, I think he gets totally destroyed by Obito, Warrior Obito, and as well as one-shotted by Edo Madara. But later, yeah, this Naruto is the one that, like, you know, who was protecting the whole Shinobi Alliance at the same time.
Mm. Oh, the one that shared his Kurama
No,
chakra.
this is, yeah, I think that was the one that shared chakra with the whole Shinobi Alliance. And the one that tanked the Ten Tails Cataclysm. Um, yeah. Okay, so okay, this is the mastered KCM2. This is the this is one that like early EMS Sasuke admits inferiority to. Uh, okay, okay, so we have fine. Okay, actually, let's go for this. Kaguya fight Naruto. Do you think Kaguya fight Naruto is stronger than DMS Kakashi?
Who is that? Kakashi? Oh,
Yeah,
Kaguya.
DMS. Yeah, I think DMS Kakashi did better versus Kaguya than anyone else, I think. Probably because of hacks. What about the final value?
The final valley. Naruto?
Yeah, I think, yeah, this is like not this fusion, I don't know what it is. Multiple heads, Ashura Avatar, but just like final value that fights Asuka. I think he's stronger. He becomes stronger than Kakashi. This is
Yeah.
actually the first six-piece Naruto that uses Kurama Avatar. Yeah. Okay, so we have a few more. Okay. This is Tsutomu Sasuke in Sasuke Retrieval arc. Basically, this is this Sasuke, but with Chidori and Sharingan. I think it's the same, kind of the same.
Yeah, kind of.
Because he gets absolutely beat the shit out of him with this. This Naruto beats the shit out of him until Sasuke gets Free Tomoe. Okay, so this is what?
5 Kag Summit.
No, this is EMS, but this is this is like pre-Jubito fight before he fights. This is when they fight Ten Tails with the Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke. This is before he unlocks higher stages of Susanoo, and yeah, I guess this is pre-Jubito fight. Okay. Okay, so Final Valley Sasuke without his. So this Sasuke, if he when he wasn't using the Tail Beasts to aim himself. I mean, he was kind of shown. I mean, they were both kind of equal, but like Sasuke outsped him a bit, a few times. You know when like Sasuke like teleported behind Naruto and like slapped him with Chidori to the water.
Hmm.
You there?
Yeah, I agree.
Wait, did you read the Sasuke Shinden?
Sasuke and Shin. I
Yes,
remember
no, no.
seeing.
Sasuke Shinden. This is you know, Sasuke. I think it was also in the anime when like that little girl was with a dojutsu that could do that can create exploding humans.
You talking about Sasuke or Shin?
No, no, Sasuke. It's a novel. No, with the name Sasuke Shinden.
No, I didn't
You know,
read it.
this is the Sasuke like is I think one of the last arcs of Shippuden after the war. You know that arc when a little girl is creating exploding humans.
I have forgotten. Trust me, I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, basically this is like after the last. Uh, also, I think it's stated like yeah, this is like after the last, and basically this Sasuke and Sasuke in the last both stated to be stronger than Kaguya, um, which is insane.
Was it animated? Was that
Huh?
version of Sasuke animated, or was it just
Yeah, yeah,
on the?
but it isn't. In the anime, there is a lot of like I don't know to say a lot of like it's a lot different in the novel because um like narrator doesn't like say nothing in the anime, as well as a lot of scenes that like changed, um and a lot of scenes are like I guess she's here. I mean, she stated stronger than Hokage Kakashi, I guess. But Gaara has better statement, I guess. I mean, it's the same as Gaara. Both are stated to be stronger than Hokage Kakashi. Do you agree with the last Sakura being equal to the last Naruto?
The last Sakura
Yeah,
being
the movie in the
equal?
last that Sakura and Naruto were equal, as well as Sasuke that they were all equal. Because
I
in
don't believe it. I don't believe that at all. That is
no,
who?
it's stated in one data book, which I personally don't believe it because
No way.
Sasuke is massively, I know massively, but Sasuke, because in the novel of the movie, in novelization of the movie, the last Sasuke stated to be the strongest student of Kakashi, which that in itself is contradicted that all three of them are equal.
Hmm.
Um, Hey, do you believe that Oh, okay, we can talk about it later when we get to Tsuki, but I want to ask if you think that Toneri is stronger than Kaguya.
Toneri.
Yeah,
I think I think I'm gonna remember that by face, but not by name.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh, which, yeah, because I mostly meant this Toneri, like the Tensegan form Toneri, not the base, because base Toneri,
Oh, Toneri in the last
yeah,
Naruto.
yeah, the one
Okay.
that fights Naruto in the last.
Okay. And your question is if he is stronger
Is he stronger than Kaguya?
than Kaguya?
Uh, yeah, because when we get to the
No.
Otsutsuki, I'll explain it why I think that's the case. Um, by statements and feats. Yeah,
I'm not
but
sure.
there is like a way you can scale. I think two ways you can scale Kaguya above Toneri, and also there are two ways to scale Toneri above Kaguya. But
I guess so, but based on what I have seen on the anime, I don't think
mm,
Toneri is stronger than Kaguya because Kaguya can literally decide how the fight goes.
yeah,
If she wants to send Toneri where it's cold, she can literally send him there. If she wants to send him in
like
another
Toneri is like
dimension, she can literally send
Kagus,
him there.
yeah, maybe Kagus hacks can work, but like Tornado is just like too raw, like too physically strong. He does
True.
have. I do think that like Tornado has higher AP, durability, and speed at Kaguya, but
I mean,
less hacks.
Kaguya has the Sharingan, and I believe she has the Byakuya
Yeah, she has the
I mean the
Byakugan and the
Byakugan
third eye.
and the third
I mean, she
yeah.
doesn't have that. She doesn't have a Sharingan. That third eye is just. That third eye just does two things. The Infinite Tsukiyomi and I can't remember how to say it, but the whole six realms of dimensions and
Yeah,
teleportation,
yeah, it's basically
which
Sharingan but
doesn't,
way advanced Sharingan.
which doesn't scale to any of her like stats, not AP, not speed, just hacks.
Yeah, which
Um,
is basically Sharingan. But I guess in a more advanced Osusuki's version of it.
I think we should like save this Kauga versus Toneri until we get there, because
Yeah, I don't see Toneri beating Kaguya. I'm just saying.
when we
Man,
get to that, I'll explain why I think that.
Kaguya
And I
can
think that, yeah, and I think that was also someone on the YouTube. I saw a video explaining why Toneri beats Kaguya.
Kaguya can literally first of all dictate how the fight goes, where the fight goes, and she can choose to manipulate the area she takes to Neri.
Do you think
Neri don't have the
do you
ability.
think Kaguya is stronger? Do you think Kaguya is stronger than Ishiki or Momoshiki?
Uh, well, when Momoshiki fights, you just don't fight Momoshiki. You fight him and his bodyguard.
No, no, I just mean Momoshiki. Because
Momoshiki.
Momoshiki and
Momoshiki.
Ishiki totally obliterate Kage in a fight. Even if you don't agree with statements, or
Well,
that Or
the
that
only
both are
reason
high rank to Tsutsuki and Kage is low rank to Tsutsuki.
the only reason why I may believe that is just because for Kaguya to do what she did in the land of the ninjas or in the land of the humans, she must be scared of the other Otsutskis of what they would
Yeah,
do to her.
she was scared of Momoshiki.
So
That's why she was building an army.
exactly. So that's the only way I would believe that. Maybe they,
Yeah.
Momoshiki
Like
can beat her.
when Momoshiki came to Earth was mostly because um, he wanted to punish Kaguya because she betrayed the clan.
Right.
And like he didn't think any of Kage, even though he heard everything that happened. It's
I mean,
insane.
the only way, I mean, the only way Kaguya was beaten by the alliance and I mean during the ninja war was to be sealed away.
Yeah, but because like Naruto and Sasuke and characters at that time weren't strong enough to beat her, but like I think that you agree that like Naruto and Sasuke in Boruto would beat the shit out of Kage if they fight.
Yeah,
Because
but
they're like because they were like confident in taking on someone that like is way stronger than Kaguya. Uh,
but were they stronger than Sage of the Sixth Path when they fought Kaguya, Naruto, and Sasuke?
um, all of them together, yeah, they were strong. That's why
No,
they could seal her and like rip her body parts apart and blow her up. Um,
what I'm trying to
because
say is,
because
hold on.
because Kakashi and Naruto could like blow Kaguya up,
What I'm
but
trying to
couldn't
say,
but couldn't finish her off.
okay, hold
But
on.
later, yeah, they get Naruto and Sasuke get massively stronger.
What I'm trying to
I think,
say, what I'm
yeah.
trying to say is, if individually they are not stronger than Sage of the Sixth Path, we can
Uh,
remember in order for Sage of the Sixth Path and his brother to defeat their mother, they had to
okay,
uh,
what form
seal
of
her away.
Kagurama? Because Kagurama has kind of like three forms, and they're like vastly different in power. Because there's like his ghost form, his the Kagurama that like fights Kaguya in base, and then there's like Kagurama after they beat Kaguya, and then he absorbs the Tentacles. And he unlocks six Tomoe Rinnegan and a lot of different abilities.
Okay, do you
Uh,
know why I feel like even Momoshiki cannot beat Kaguya? You want to
why?
know why? I mean, they can win the fight, but they won't win the war simply because Kaguya can
Oh,
choose. Kaguya
I
can
forgot.
if Kaguya feels that she's going to be defeated, you can just warp through a dimension and run away and
Oh
continues to
no.
warp through dimension to
All Tsutsuki
dimension.
can like follow her.
But not yeah, they can follow her, but they can't be able to catch her because she will just continue to warp through dimension until she gets
Oh
away.
no, she can't. After I think the three dimension swaps, she was like so tired out, like she was on her knees, huffing and puffing from chakra exhaustion.
Mm, I don't know.
Because even also like Umshiki can just like turn her into chakra food like he did to Kinshiki and just like eat her. Or even just like absorb her like he did to Killer Bee.
No, he can't necessarily absorb her. I think the only way he was able to absorb his bodyguard was due to the fact that I believe he said something that he is loyal to him. He has part of him inside him or something like
Yeah,
that.
but like why couldn't because like Kinshiki is the same rank as Kaguya. There because higher ranked Tsutsuki can absorb the lower ranked, which which is why which is why like Kaguya had to like catch Ishiki off guard because like she knew that she can't like fight him because he would because she was weaker than him, and that's why she wasn't confident that she could like fight Momoshiki, and that Momoshiki was like a thousand years younger and way weaker than like the one that came down to Earth.
Hmm.
As well as that was like base Momoshiki. I don't think we have to talk about fused Momoshiki after he eats Kinshiki.
Oh, after he eats Kinshiki, he's just. I'm not even gonna.
He was
Yeah,
like,
Kaguya
because
stands no chance because once he observed Kinshiki or his bodyguard, that's pretty much over for Kaguya right there.
yeah,
But
because
before he does that, if he didn't do that, they will. Kaguya can still put up a good fight, but as soon as he observes the other guy, that's pretty much it for Kaguya. That's for sure.
I think we're gonna talk about it more later when we get to Tsutsuki. When there's like here and down there. Um, but I think that's like all characters that we have done for today. I think.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you guys are watching and if you want to jump in and to share your thoughts on what we've talked about thus far, you can feel free to go to Discord, and the link is in my description, the description of this current video, this stream. You can join the Discord so that when we do come on, you can join us to share your thoughts on what you think about the tier list and the characters. But yeah, so who are we doing next?
Next time we're doing the Akatsuki.
Ooh, that should be a good one, a long
Yeah.
one too.
Wait, let me see if I forgot someone. Ita, Zetsu, Hidan, Conan, Kakazu, Deidara, Sasori, Kisame, Itachi, Pain, Obita. That's it, right? I don't think I forgot anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder how we're going to do pain because when you fight one pain, you
Yeah,
fight all the other
I do
pains.
have one, I have all I have 5 of 6 paths of pain separately. I forgot one pain. Then I have, and then like have all 6 paths of pain together.
And again, you're also fighting Nagato.
Oh, I don't have Nagato on here.
Yeah, you gotta put him in there because
Yeah, I'll add them. I'll add them till next week. Um, but yeah, I think. Do I have to add any form of? Do I add Kid Obito also? Because I only have from Yellow Mask, Orange Mask, War Arc, and Jubito. Maybe I can add. Oh, yeah. Then we have Hokages are next. Then Uchiha, Sanin, Kages, Jinchuriki, and then we get to Boruto era, Utsutsuki, Kara, and Team 7 and Genin.
okay. Uh, do you have any idea when Black Clover is coming out? I'm
You
not
mean the
talking about
movie?
no, not the movie, the anime itself. Any ideas?
Don't know.
Because I've been looking, but there's nothing concrete thus far when it's coming out, when the show is coming. Because I'm
Yeah,
thinking of going back and reading the manga or continuing on where I left off on the manga.
yeah. Okay. I am up to date to the manga, and I can't wait to be animated. But I think movies coming this year. I hope so. Because because anime is gonna be coming after the movie, and I hope it's definitely gonna be next year, at least next year, the movie. But I hope at least it's gonna be 2021,
Because there's this
the
art,
movie.
Yeah, there's
Because
this
it's gonna be at least a year till the anime. I think more, probably like 2 years until anime comes out.
article that I read. I think they're trying to insinuate that the anime is gonna continue in 2 years from now, which is a long time.
Yeah,
you
because
know,
even like we don't even have a movie release date. And after the movie, they're probably because I think they didn't even they haven't even started making the anime. Um, maybe they'll like wait until like Spade Arc finishes and then they'll again start the anime.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
Because in the Spade Arc, I think you have read a few chapters of the after the anime Spade Arc
Hmm.
when they invade the Spade.
I
Yeah.
stopped at Asta fighting the
Yeah, I think you have read Asta
sisters.
versus the Twin Devils and Magna versus Dante. I think you have read.
Mhm. Yeah, I've read that part, and I believe
Yeah,
that's where I stopped.
because there's like a lot of fights in Spade Arc, and usually in the anime, they adapt a lot of these so-called fight chapters in the anime. Probably like because like Yami versus Dante fight in the manga. That was like the whole Vanica versus Hard Kingdom and Black Bulls versus Dante was the whole year in the manga. So, and they adapted it in like a few episodes in the anime. So, because I think the last chapter was I think 322, and the anime stopped around chapter 272. So yeah, 60 chapters.
Mhm.
Not even
Because
60. 50 to, I don't know, for like 50, 60 chapters only.
if it's going to take 2 years, 2 whole years before the anime continues, then I think I might get into the manga once again and catch up. But the thing is, I don't want to be spoiled too because you know, uh,
Yeah.
things are really going well with the manga thus far. Great things are happening, good things are happening,
Mm,
especially on where I left off. Spider Kingdom is just in chaos.
yeah. Because
A a lot of chaos happening.
there is like, I s- how do you feel about Spade Kingdom arc? For me, I personally like Elf Saga more than Spade Kingdom arc.
Mm, well, you're saying that because they finished Elf Saga. I think
It,
by the time Spider Kingdom is done, you might have a different
I
uh,
do think that like Spade arc
outcome.
has like higher peaks um, than Elf Saga had.
Yeah, this is.
Um,
I hope that this doesn't become like Bleach. They better not, they better stay consistent with this anime because I don't want it to become like Bleach situation.
oh yeah, a whole decade no anime.
Yeah, that would be a
Bleach,
terrible situation.
how much time? 9 or 10 years is come back after the anime finished.
Yeah, it took a long time.
Yeah, which is I don't know why.
It took a long time. I'm not sure if they have a small team that is writing Black Clover, but if they need more help, they should get more help if they have to,
Yeah,
just to speed up the manga work. Because the only reason why they took a break is simply because the anime caught up on the manga.
yeah,
So
but,
at that point,
but
they're
now
pretty
it's
much going to be stressed and just keeping up with anime and manga at the same time. So they needed that space,
yeah,
right?
because now there's a lot of material to adapt in the manga. Um, I don't want to spoil. Wait, so you have seen the Nach's backstory?
Yeah, about him and his twin brother and his family.
Yeah, I think that's my at least second favorite, if it's not my favorite backstory in Black Clover.
Mm.
Um,
I think
also,
Noile's mother's backstory should be good, although they haven't really done a concrete
who's?
explanation. Noile,
Oh,
Noile's mother.
Niles. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
her mother though.
actually, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a lot explained. That you just stopped. If you read the next fight that is in the manga where you stopped, pretty much everything about the whole Noel magical situation is gonna be revealed. It was revealed already. This is basically the next fight that if you read, you're gonna find out.
I see.
Yeah, but my personal favorite is still Yuno versus Xenon in the manga. Because I think you agree that like Yuna in the anime, the first fight versus Xenon, they did Yuna dirty
Mm.
compared to the Asta and Noel.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
going to so what about Boruto? You're reading the
Mm.
manga, right?
Yeah, I'm up to date. Yeah. Um,
And
oof, I can't wait for the next chapter because I don't want to spoil, but last chapter. The
like
one, the one you want to
how
know
many
because
filler episodes are we gonna have before we get into the manga part? You,
don't know. I hope we get into the code arc this year because next manga can arc is code arc.
no,
Um,
definitely we need to get to Code Arc this year. Like we just this is still the beginning of the year.
yeah, because the last in the I think it was in the last or the last I think the last manga can episode that was in the anime. Um, they said that Code is stronger than Jigen, but then like they went into anime canon.
Yeah, I don't even know until I see it with my two.
Basically, the only one that can remove Code's limiters and is Hamada, which oh yeah, what do you think of Hamada?
Amado.
Yeah,
Uh, oh, Amado. Okay, the scientist.
yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, I really don't know what to think of him. All I know is that he's he decided not to work for Jigen or Ishiki anymore, so he's developing he developed medicine for Boruto in order to suppress
Mm.
uh
I'm just gonna
Momoshiki
say
essence
that
inside him.
medicine is pretty much Boruto's downfall in the manga. Yeah. I'm not gonna say much, but I'm just
Okay.
gonna say Momoshiki didn't like that Boruto
It-
had
it-
those pills.
of course he's not gonna like it. It's almost like when uh Naruto decided to learn Sage Mode. Kurama wasn't happy with that because Kurama at one point said he could have used my chakra. Like, what the hell is he using Sage Mode for? And I believe there was a time when Chief Toad wanted to bond Naruto Sage Mode chakra with the Nine Tail, and the Nine Tail kicked
Yeah,
Chief
no,
Toad
no,
out.
it was the the old man. Um,
Yeah, yeah, the old man
Fugasaku,
Toad.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Kurama didn't like that one bit. Kurama literally chased him out of Naruto's conscience.
Yeah.
So
The thing that Momoshiki and Boruto will become friends because
Uh,
I don't see it. I don't
Well,
see it.
I believe.
Momoshiki is he's he's just he's probably the I don't want to say it, but he's probably like the most like evil character that we had in the show.
Right now, I
Because
wouldn't say that it's not possible because if I
but it's
remember
just
during,
weird. It would be
it's
because
going to be difficult. It's
I
going to be
understand
difficult, that's for
why
sure.
Naruto could befriend Kurama because Kagurama even like created the tail beasts so they could like help the humans and live in peace. No, they were just used from the wrong reason. And they weren't like because the Kurama wasn't evil. He was just his anger
Mad.
was misdirected.
Hmm.
Um, which is like which I don't see like Momoshiki is just a menace. He doesn't he doesn't even because he even I think that he every time he calls someone some human he always says inferior creature.
Yeah, which we've seen that character of his during the beginning of Boruto. Yeah, he did say that to Naruto at one point, something
Yeah, he
like
was
that.
calling Naruto Fox.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, also Ishiki was calling Sasuke Uchiha. Yeah. But everyone else, they're calling inferior creatures.
Mm.
Which I understand that they are so much more powerful than everyone. That because do you think that who do you think is gonna be? Do you think that we were already introduced to the final villain of Boruto?
I don't think
Or
so. I don't think so.
hmm?
The reason why I said that I don't think so, it's not based on the fact that it's just based on the fact that I believe for them to invest in Boruto, I'm sure they have a long storyline to tell on
Yes,
Boruto.
we didn't even reach the time skip yet.
Yeah, so I believe that this will not be close to it because I believe they have a long way to go with it. Because
I think
it's either Boruto or going back to Naruto, like literally. Because since they decided to give us Boruto, they better invest as much as they can in it.
I think
You
that
know.
Momoshiki is gonna be the main villain of the show.
But if he is the main villain of the show, how will that work? Knowing
Yeah,
the fact that he's inside Boruto,
yeah, because
I wonder
right
how
now,
they're gonna play him.
especially what has happened last few chapters in the manga, it looks like Momoshiki is the main villain of the show. And he kind of has been. He was like the main villain of the first arc, and he was like popping out in the Ishiki arc. Um, so kind of he's like right now he's kind of like the main villain. But maybe Amada's gonna be the main villain. Maybe
Amado.
some like maybe it's gonna be some like similar like Aizen plot twist
Hmm, that's
because
interesting.
it'll be crazy.
What about Cashin Kojin? Like, what's going on? Is he,
Yeah, because isn't he alive?
he should be.
Yeah, he escaped Ishiki.
Yeah, he
I
should be
don't
alive.
think we're gonna. I don't know. Maybe Kishimoto forgot about Kashin Koji. Because I saw some people say that Kashin Koji is gonna train Boruto, but I disagree. I think that's been established that Sasuke is Boruto sensei.
If Cashin Kojin trains Boruto, I'm not sure how that is going to work, knowing that.
I think because I think he would like if Kashin Koji would train anyone, it would be probably Kawaki. If they want to go the whole Jiraiya Naruto thing again, because even like
Mm,
it's kind of like even like Naruto says himself that Kawaki reminds him of himself, and Boruto is more like Sasuke.
I guess in that case, I guess that's what it is. But
Because they aren't
I
really
would,
Naruto and Sasuke, because Kawaki is like kind of, I think he's gonna be kind of like evil guy Naruto, and Boruto like a good guy Sasuke.
but to be honest, though, to be honest, Kawaki is not really Naruto style or Kashinkojin style. He's more of Sasuke style. Boruto is actually the
Yeah,
one
I
who is
don't
more
think he's
like,
I don't think he's either. I think he has his own style. Especially what happened in the last chapter in the manga.
mhm.
I'm just gonna say he has Ishiki style.
Okay, I know
Because
that.
because he's still like 80% of Tsutsuki. Basically
Because you
because
know
he's
how,
80% of
if
Ishiki's data, basically.
yeah, you know how on the first part of Naruto, when Kakashi told Naruto that, I don't think he told Naruto directly this, but he said that Naruto's style isn't really his style. His style is more of like Sasuke, or Sasuke is more of his style than Naruto, which is the reason why he just couldn't do much for Naruto after Zabuza
Yeah,
fight. So that
yeah,
was
yeah.
when
That's what,
Jiraiya
yeah.
was
Kakashi
introduced.
saw himself in Sasuke.
Sasuke more than
This is
Naruto.
also Guy pointed out that like Sasuke reminds him of Kakashi,
Right.
which yeah, in Naruto they're really going for whole Sasuke Naruto dynamic, because Obito was like Naruto, Kakashi was like Sasuke, Hashirama was like Naruto, Madara was like Sasuke.
Yeah.
Uh, and now we have Boruto like Sasuke and Kawaki like Naruto. Even though that
Is
isn't really the
Boruto
case.
That's not really the case. Boruto, to be honest, really, if you watch Boruto's way of fighting, it's actually like his own father Naruto. It's not really like
Actually,
Sasuke.
no. I
Because
mean, maybe until the Gaara arc. Because, for example, when like he fights Naruto for sparring, or like when he fights Ao in the drones,
I
he's more like
remember that,
Sasuke.
not necessarily.
You,
Didn't he use shadow clones upon shadow clones to fight his father? Didn't
yeah, but
he
like
just.
he only uses Boruto doesn't like just like because Naruto uses shadow clones and just like they like just shadow clones attack Boruto. Boruto only uses shadow clones for distraction, so he
Exactly. The
can
same,
use
yeah, the
some other
same thing.
move.
Yeah, the same thing, the same as Naruto. Naruto uses shadow
No,
clones for
Naruto was just
distractions
like spamming shadow clones in Rasengan.
because of the nine
He wasn't
tailed.
Naruto wasn't even using any kunais
It's because
and
of the it,
strategy
It's
or
because
nothing.
of no, actually he does. It's because of the nine tails chakra inside him. That's why whenever he taps into shadow clones, he just spans them out because he has so much reserve of chakra. So he can't really control it because after his normal chakra, he has another chakra that he can tap into. And when Naruto fought Neji using shadow clones, he was using it to test Neji out to see his weaknesses. Naruto before Kid Naruto during the start of Naruto will be the one that would just go into battle without not observing his opponent. But as he progresses, as he continues to gain experience, he uses shadow clones to gain information on his opponents before he really uses himself to fight. That's exactly
Yeah.
what Boruto is doing.
Boruto is using pretty much um the kind of like the same fighting style. Even like in episode 2, he like used this absolutely 100% the same move, the same way as Sasuke used it versus Kakashi and the bell test. Uh,
But Sasuke does. I have not seen Sasuke. You can quote me wrong, but I've never seen Sasuke use more than 3 shadow clones, or even more than 2 shadow clones
I mean,
during
in a
the
fight, he
whole.
doesn't use them because he's not um because he has other techniques that like because that I don't know how to explain. He all because he would just like spend too much chakra, which he doesn't have to, because when he fights, it's usually with Naruto. Uh, and if Naruto's gonna spam shadow clones, he doesn't have to.
Which also
Uh,
explains my point. Boruto using more than 3 shadow clones or 4 shadow clones to fight someone,
and
it's exactly
he
what
isn't
Naruto
using
does.
them anymore. Only uses one or two. In the Bora fight, he never used more than two shadow clones. And he only uses them to distract an opponent, not even to like attack an opponent, which like Naruto just like spams 1,000 shadow clones at the same time.
But it makes
Um,
sense why, because like I said, he has many reserves of chakra. And due to Nine Tails chakra inside him, he can do that. Now you see what's gonna happen if uh Boruto start getting a little momentum with Momoshiki or Boroshiki inside him. You see that if he uses his shadow clones, it's not gonna be just one or two. It could be multiple because with the Momoshiki's energy inside him, he can spam shadow clones. But overall, Boruto style
Actually,
is
it's got. I don't know how. Actually, when he goes to so-called Burushiki mode, Burushiki has only the same amount of chakra as Boruto's current state is. That's why, you know, when like that's why I'm not gonna spoil it, but in the manga, when uh when Borushiki fights someone in the manga, again, in the code arc, he isn't low on chakra because when he fought Sasuke, you know, when like after the Ishiki fight, when Borushiki fights Sasuke,
no,
he
no, hold on,
has
hold
no
on, hold on,
chakra.
hold on. You don't need to explain it anymore. No, don't spoil it, because I think I
No,
see
no,
what you're
I'm talking
saying.
about when
Because
that
when they
Borushiki has only he Bershik basically has only he
no, no,
doesn't have more chakra than Boruto.
yeah, I know, I agree with you because I remember now when they fought that guy the when Team 7 went and fought I forgot the name of that guy before they fought Jigen or Ishiki. Remember the man, the guy that took. Remember when they were trying to rescue Naruto inside that little pot or that little
Yeah,
container?
I remember. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. When Momoshiki came out, he assessed Boruto's body and saw that he didn't have much chakra left. So he went to Naruto and observed some of Nine Tails' chakra inside Naruto to continue fighting. So I do agree with what you
Mhm.
said just now. Yeah, Momoshiki is not like Kurama inside Naruto. But then again, what I'm trying to say overall is Boruto style is not really like Sasuke style. Sasuke style is more like Sarada. It makes sense, like
Uh,
Sarada.
Sarada
But
is like a mix of Sasuke and Sakura.
but Boruto, you can say for the benefit of the doubt, you can say his style is mixed of Sasuke and Naruto, but more Naruto than Sasuke. I don't really see him do. I mean, yeah, it's more of Naruto than Sasuke style. If I am to, you know,
I still disagree with that. Um,
because check this out. Boruto uses Rasengan. Where did he learn it? From Naruto. He uses
no, he learned it from Konohamaru.
Konohamaru. Yeah,
Yeah,
and where did Konohamaru learn it?
yeah. And the only reason why Boruto he couldn't learn Chidori because he doesn't have a Sharingan. So he had to
Which
learn
also
the
proves my
Rasengan.
This also proves my point. Yeah, which also proves my point. That also proves my point. The Kakashi taught uh, Rasengan to Sasuke because he knows that Sasuke and his style is more like Sasuke, and Sasuke's style is more like him, which is the reason why Sasuke picked up the Rasengan. Now Boruto couldn't learn it, but he learned Rasengan, which proves my point, right?
Mm, I still disagree. The only reason why he learned the Rasengan is like explained later. Because the only reason why Boruto learned the Rasengan is because he wants to be Sasuke's student, and Sasuke says um, that the only way you can be my student is if you learn the Rasengan.
Exactly, because once again, because Sasuke can see that Boruto is actually more like his father than he knows. And he did learn Rasengan. And it's not just that. I don't see anything that Sasuke does that Boruto really do in a fight, to be honest. Because when we talk
Yeah,
about
he does
when
in
we
episode 2. I think I just sent you the
even if
video.
he does something of Sasuke's move, he does more of his father's move than Sasuke's moves. Does he use multiple shadow clones to test his opponent and analyze them? Yes, he does. Does he do Rasengan just like his father? Yes, he
I mean,
does.
he's doing it less and less.
Is he a hothead, barging into a fight, going into a fight?
No, no,
Not
not
necessarily.
anymore. Maybe
Not
like
necessarily.
at the start of the show, but he isn't doing it anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly like Naruto. At start of the Naruto, he normally barges into a fight without not really
Yeah, but
analyzing the situation.
I just said that he doesn't do it anymore, which is like why the current Boruto is more like Sasuke.
But then again, he's more like Sasuke, you said, but his moves represents his father's moves.
Mm,
His arsenal represents his father's moves.
no, I mean only two jutsus.
Isn't that enough?
No, because he uses basically he has more than four jutsus, which would mean that he uses less than 50% of his father.
Okay, isn't 50% enough?
No, because I just said the mostly he uses Asuke style, which is why all his even if you don't include any jutsus, his even taijutsu style or his like battle IQ is more like Sasuke than Naruto.
How can he be more Sasuke than Naruto when he doesn't have Sharingan?
I'm not talking about sharing. I'm talking about his taijutsu style
That's
or
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying because in order for Sasuke to learn taijutsu, like Rock Lee, he used
look at DMs. I think I sent you the video on
there is no way Boruto's taijutsu can be like Sasuke because he doesn't have the Sharingan. Just like he doesn't have the Sharingan to use or to
No, I disagree with that. Like, why do you have to have Sharingan to have why
A
do you have to have
taijutsu?
Sharingan to um have the same what is it the same fighting style? Why? That would mean
Well,
that like all Uchihas have the same fighting style, which I disagree.
no, they don't. They don't have the same fighting style.
Yeah,
But
because
to go, hold on, I'll explain it to you because if we go back to Naruto, right? During the first part of Naruto, if
mm-hmm.
Sasuke did not have his Sharingan, he wouldn't have been able to analyze or Kakashi wouldn't have been able to teach him exactly how to use Rock Lee's taijutsu and use it effectively. Okay? Because
Mhm.
we had a debate about this in the beginning of this episode, and you said that yes, Sasuke was able to learn it exactly due to the fact that Kakashi saw it and taught it to
Mhm.
Sasuke, and Sasuke was able to utilize it efficiently due to his Sharingan. That's the reason why, in some level, he was stronger than Rock Lee at that particular time he fought Gaara. So,
Mhm.
which leads me to say that Boruto's taijutsu got to be the same as his father because his father doesn't have
No.
Sharingan
What does
to
what
match
does
it, just like Sasuke does.
what does Boruto what does Boruto do in Taijutsu that's the same as Naruto?
And what does he do in taijutsu that is the same as
I I
Sasuke?
just sent you the video in DMs. That's exactly like copy and paste of Sasuke.
Okay, that's one thing. What else you got?
Yeah, that's enough.
That's
Also,
enough.
we can do the kunai throwing.
Okay, you just told me just now that Boruto using 50% of his father's moves is not
I said
enough.
less than 50% of ninjutsu from his father because he
Oh,
has more than 50%. He uses more than 50% ninjutsu that isn't his father's.
okay, he did the same taijutsu move, the same as Sasuke did
Yeah.
during Naruto. Okay, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, he uses Sharingan, which is a big part from the chakra flow.
That's
Because
Sasuke.
Sasuke,
Sasuke doesn't even like if you say
I
Sasuke
mean,
that doesn't use
sorry.
Sharingan.
Not Sharingan,
uh,
sorry. I mean Rasengan. He
uh,
learned, he uses Rasengan from his father due to his chakra flow, due to he can be able to master it faster than
Actually,
ever
Boruto's
trying to
chakra
learn
nature is Boruto's primary chakra nature is the same as Sasuke's. If you want to go into that,
how.
it's Sasuke's chakra nature was lightning. Boruto's chakra nature is also lightning.
So how did he learn? So how couldn't he learn Rasengan? I mean, how couldn't he learn Chidori, but he learned Rasengan?
Because it's too dangerous. Basically, Sasuke explains to Sarada, also Kakashi explains to Kakashi. Maybe Boruto is, if Jogan will have improved reaction time, Boruto can learn Chidori. Because you basically get tunnel vision when you use Chidori. You're moving too fast to evade opponent's counterattack. That's what also Lee says, that like he could never use Chidori because he would move at such high speed but couldn't react to opponent's attack at the same time. That's why only an Uchiha with lightning nature could use Chidori.
Okay, in the beginning of Boruto, why did you think Boruto took Naruto's shirt on the first Naruto? Remember before he fought
Because of what Sasuke
Momoshiki?
said.
Yeah, of course, because of the advice Sasuke said. Because Sasuke can also
Sasuke
see
said that he needs to learn what Naruto was in the past and
exactly,
not what he is now.
exactly.
Um,
That
yeah, and
means
like
that okay. Then let me explain to you what Sasuke was trying to tell him. He need to retrace his steps to understand who he is and who's he's from
no, he
before he
says that
can
he
be
needs to
able to move
understand what
forward.
what what Naruto is, not what Boruto is himself. Um,
Exactly. And how can he, you see, that's exact, and that is a good
and
thing that Sasuke
why
did.
Boruto doesn't want to be like Naruto then?
Sasuke did that simply because in order for Boruto to understand himself, to understand his chakra flow, to understand himself truly, he needs to learn more about his predecessor, learn more about his ancestor, learn more about who he's from.
I
which is
agree
Naruto.
with. I only agree that Sasuke wanted to teach Boruto about how who Naruto was in the past, but Boruto just like wanted to be like Sasuke. He even like says this verbatim.
Exactly. Naruto wants to be like Kakashi during the first part of
Huh?
Naruto. Yeah.
What? Naruto wanted to be like Kakashi.
Naruto admire. Okay, so if he didn't want to be like Kakashi, why would he wanted Kakashi to train him instead of
Because
Jiraiya at the
he's
first
his
time?
sensei, and he didn't want Sasuke. He didn't want Kakashi to train Sasuke. He wanted
Exactly,
because
because
he was
he
his
admire.
sensei. Like that's why he was kind of like angry. That, like Naruto was jealous that like Kakashi was training Sasuke and not him. Um, Naruto just wanted to be the
Naruto.
strong. He wanted to be stronger than Sasuke, and if Naruto didn't get any sensei to train him, and Sasuke got Kakashi to train him, obviously he's gonna be mad.
That's not just about it because he is
Because
their.
nothing in the whole manga implies that Naruto wanted to be like Kakashi. Because Kakashi didn't even want to be Hokage.
What you just said just now that Kakashi doesn't. That's irrelevant. What is relevant is the question is why did Naruto wanted Kakashi to train him instead of
Because he
Jiraiya?
wanted to be stronger than Sasuke.
And again, because he admired Kakashi's ability. Even though deep down he can't,
Okay? Because he
even
was
though,
stronger than him. I know.
exactly, exactly, because Naruto deep down could not do what Kakashi can do because that's not his style. But he wanted it to be,
You know,
right? But
that's
when things got it,
contradictory.
okay,
Because
because
you know that like you just when we're talking about the whole Kakashi and Sasuke, I think you even said that, like Kakashi is like Sasuke. He's also himself in Sasuke. That doesn't mean that Naruto wanted to be like Sasuke.
no, I didn't say Naruto wanted to be like Sasuke. I said
If
Naruto.
Naruto wanted to be like Kakashi, this also means that he wanted to be like Sasuke because Kakashi is like Sasuke.
Okay, but that doesn't matter anyway. What does matter is Naruto wanted to learn from Kakashi so bad. It wasn't just because he wants to surpass Sasuke. It's just because he admires Kakashi's ability and wanted to Kakashi to
Okay,
train
why
him.
didn't he
But
admire
hold on,
this? Why? Okay,
hold on.
do you think Sakura wanted to be like Kakashi?
But Sakura, we're not talking about Sakura right now. We're talking about Naruto. If we talk about Sakura, then we talk about Sakura. But Kakashi saw Naruto and saw that Naruto's style isn't like his style. And he won't
Yeah,
be able to
obviously.
train Naruto based on Naruto's style. So, which was the reason why Jiraiya had to get Jiraiya
Yeah,
sensei
Jiraiya is like
had to
Naruto,
be
yeah.
exactly.
And
So, and
okay,
again, just like,
do you think?
hold on. Just like Sasuke told Boruto to get to know about his father's past, the same way Kakashi told Naruto he needs to get Jiraiya to train him because his style is more like Jiraiya than his style, right? It's actually the same thing. The same thing. It's just it happened in a different way and in a different scenario because Sasuke saw that in order for Boruto to even begin to understand himself and what he can be able to do, he needs to learn about
You know, like
his father's struggle. He needs to
Boruto
understand his
doesn't want.
father's jutsu.
So you think Boruto wants to be like Naruto?
No, he doesn't want to be like
Okay.
Naruto. He wants to, no, trust me. I understand where you're coming from. Boruto doesn't want to be like his father. And it's still debatable at this point because his father doesn't really have time for him. If Naruto makes time
Yeah,
with Boruto,
Boruto directly like says that he wants to be like Sasuke.
yeah, if Naruto makes enough time for Boruto, because remember, before Naruto before Naruto accepted Jiraiya sensei to train him is because Jiraiya even at first when he first went to Jiraiya was fooling around, looking at women, chasing ladies, wasn't really paying attention to Naruto at the time, right? But as soon as Naruto saw cool moves from Jiraiya, he was hooked, right? But when he didn't see those cool moves, he went back to Kakashi and begged Kakashi to take him back and train him. Kakashi said no. And who is that sensei that chased Naruto around with glasses? I forgot who he was.
It was Konohamaru's sensei.
Yeah, the pervert. Yeah, he himself told Naruto, "You need to focus. You need to do the. You need to." But as soon as Naruto saw the cool moves from Jiraiya, he was hooked. Which I think it might be what may happen with Boruto and Naruto, or Boruto and Kashin
I mean,
Kojin.
Boruto already saw Naruto's full power, even Byron mode, and like
Yeah, he has.
Boruto saw everything Naruto ever had, and like he was. I don't want to say he didn't care, but he didn't even because he already knew all of Naruto's moves,
Yeah,
all that he can learn. Because he can't learn KK Genkai, Rasen Shurikens, because
uh,
he doesn't have Kurama. I mean, six pairs.
what I'm trying to say is Boruto has better chance learning from Naruto or Kashin Kojin than learning from Sasuke, because the core, his DNA, his chakra DNA, what I know he can easily pick up on is more from Naruto skills than the
Even
Uchiha
though
skills. That's what I believe. If Naruto makes time for Boruto right now and starts training him on Sage mode, you will rest assured
Boruto
know
isn't. I'm just gonna say
that
Boruto is not
Boruto.
gonna learn Sage mode.
I know, but I'm saying like in a hypothetical situation, if Naruto decides to teach Boruto Sage mode, he will most likely pick that up more than picking up any advanced, because any advanced move Sasuke will teach Boruto, he got to deal with Sharingan. What else? Okay, tell me what else can Boruto learn from Sasuke if it doesn't imply using your Sharingan at this point? Why do you think when Sarada
Lightning
became
release, fire release, Shuriken jutsu, Tai jutsu.
okay?
Uh, I don't know what else do you need. Any chakra nature.
Uh-huh.
He can learn any chakra nature. He can learn Shuriken jutsu. He can learn Tai jutsu.
Shuriken
He
Jutsu.
can. He,
Okay. Let me stop you there. With the Shuriken Jutsu, who do you think will teach him a better of that Shuriken than his father? Because you know that Sharingan has a Shuriken, and
huh?
no, not Sharingan. Why do I keep saying Sharingan? Rasengan also
Oh, I'm
has a
talking about
Rasen Shuriken.
Shuriken. I'm not talking about Rasengan.
Okay, but you know that Rasengan has a Rasengan Shuriken. So, which one do you think it's better and
Boruto
easier for
can't
him to
learn
learn?
Rasen Shuriken.
Why not?
That's stated by Kakashi. He doesn't have the chakra reserves.
Oh, come on.
He can't even do a massive not even massive, he can't even do a giant Rasengan.
If he pushes himself, he can. If he
Actually
trains,
not, because
if
he doesn't have QB and he doesn't have Sage mode. If he had Sage mode, he could learn giant Rasengan, but
yeah, which goes back to what I was saying,
which
because
he won't. We know already why.
Boruto has a
Uh,
better, because anything Sasuke will teach Boruto from here on out, if he needs to get to a deadly advanced level, Boruto will need Sharingan. That's why it's easy for Sarada.
no,
Hold on.
no, he doesn't.
That's why it's easier
How do
for
you think?
Sarada
How do you
to
think?
learn.
How do you think Boruto learned all the things he did from Sasuke? He has all the chakra natures, all the Shuriken Jutsu, Taijutsu, all the advice. How do you think he learned from Sasuke?
All you said is just Shuriken Jutsu, Taijutsu, and what else did you
And
say again?
Chakra Natures, which all of them he learned from Sasuke.
That's not true. Isn't
Yeah, it's
isn't
stated in the novel.
Rasengan
Sasuke, if you read the Sasuke student, you will know that
isn't Ra, isn't Rasengan a chakra nature?
no, that's just that's the highest form of chakra manipulation.
Yeah, yeah, the
Rasengan
same
is
thing
just
as
pure chakra.
yeah, but but you're manipulating chakra. Are you not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it isn't any chakra nature.
How is it not any chakra nature? Isn't it wind controlling your chakra to
No,
make an
no.
area well enough?
That's why when Borta used wind style Rasengan, that's when it's wind. And when he uses vanishing Rasengan, it's lightning. And
Okay.
when he uses high compression Rasengan, it's just chakra but compressed.
Exactly, but evidently everything you're doing is chakra manipulation because to do Rasengan, you're manipulating chakra. To do Rasen Shuriken, you're manipulating chakra. So when you say that everything he learned from Sasuke, all that chakra manipulation, that's not true because uh, Rasengan is also a chakra manipulation. What I'm trying to say is, in order for Boruto to go in advanced level, for him to be able to summon, or maybe Sasuke might teach him how to summon Manda, maybe, maybe not, because he might teach him
Borta
how to
even
summon
wants to
Manda.
Borta even wants to have, if he had the summoning, he said he wanted a snake. So
Yeah, but Manda will not do him any good.
yeah, not Manda. There are other snakes.
Yeah, but other snakes will not do him any good because it
Why?
simply because Sage Mode is stronger than just summoning Manda. Sage Mode will not only make his body stronger, he will also access the other a toad, a giant toad as well.
Why
So,
can't he learn snake Sage Mode, which is
well,
stronger than Toad
he,
Sage Mode?
yeah, but then again, Mitsuki already got that.
Why? That's why I said like Mitsuki is gonna be the only one with Sage Mode.
Yeah,
Borta can learn Sage Mode.
so Mitsuki already got that. So is he going to start, competing with Mitsuki now?
That's why I said that
Like
I
you
don't
see,
think Borta is learning Sage Mode.
yeah, but you see what I'm saying though? Like in order for him to be his own man, he needs to learn Sage Mode because if he learns Snake
No,
Sage
he's just
Mode,
gonna have Karma and Jogan and all the things he already has.
if he learns Snake's Sage Mode, that's the same thing like Mitsuki. So he's going to start competing with Mitsuki.
I'm just telling you right now, he won't have Sage Mode.
Okay. Well, if he doesn't, then I guess, but I see
You
him
know that like
learning.
all three chakra natures that Boruto has, and all the jutsus that he has from those chakra natures, he learned from Sasuke.
That's not true because you keep saying
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Because Rasengan is also chakra
Rasengan
nature.
isn't a chakra nature. It's just a highest form of chakra manipulation and control. There isn't a nature. That's why you can add a nature to make a new jutsu.
I think I'm gonna have to read that up and find out on what you just said.
Yeah,
But to use
because
Rasengan, you
because
need to manipulate the chakra
nothing would
nature.
if let's say Rasengan was wind nature. Let's say then if you add wind nature onto a wind nature, nothing would change. Which is why Rasen, Shuriken, and Windstar Rasengan are different. Because you add a chakra nature into a jutsu that doesn't have a nature.
Yeah, but okay, which is true to some extent, but I see Boruto learning more about his father because I believe he can pick up stuff he can pick
Naruto
more
is even
stuff
too busy to
than
even train Boruto. We already saw it in the anime. That's why like Kakashi and Sasuke had to train Boruto.
hopefully not for long. Not for long, because you know how it was during Naruto.
And also Kawaki is Naruto student already.
Yeah, but does
And
Naruto
Boruto is Sasuke student, which I don't think is gonna switch.
barely have time for, I mean, if he doesn't have
Yeah,
time for
Naruto
him
like has
for his
time,
son,
but
is he going to have time to train Kawaki?
yeah, which he already did. That's how Kawaki learned Shadow Clones and Fire Style.
Fire style. He learned it from
Yeah, Kawaki
Naruto.
has Fire Style.
And he learned it from Naruto.
Yeah, Naruto has all 5 chakra natures. That's
Exactly.
why.
Okay. So what? Okay. All right. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna leave it there. But Sasuke training Boruto, that's good. But due to the fact that Boruto doesn't have the Sharingan, right?
Yeah,
If Boruto had,
that's why
if
Sasuke is teaching Boruto things that he can teach. All the things he taught Boruto up to now were the things that he doesn't need to have Sharingan.
okay, so
That's why
which
when
one? Okay, so which
at the
one is
Chunin
better?
exams at the Chunin exams arc, when Sasuke was training Boruto, he even showed him the Chidori, and uh, then like Sasuke said that he can learn Chidori because he doesn't have a Sharingan,
Okay,
and
in
Boruto
that
said,
case,
and Boruto said, "Why did you even show me that?" And Sasuke said that you will see that you can even use high level lightning release jutsus even if you don't have Sharingan, and then he taught Boruto 2 or 3 different high level lightning ninjutsu which he's using constantly.
you just said something interesting just now, and I
What?
picked it up. You said that will, Sasuke is training Boruto and showing him what he can. Which one
Yeah,
is
what he
better?
can do without Sharingan.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Which one is better? Or which one do you think is better? For him to not just learn what he can do, but what makes sense for him to
I
learn.
mean, the only thing that he can't learn is Chidori, which everything else that you can learn, Sasuke can teach Boruto.
Yeah, but then again, but then again, Sasuke knows so much more that if Boruto had Sharingan, it would have been he would have been advanced more than he is right now. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's why I think when Boruto permanently unlocks Jogan, he it's gonna be like like he had Sharingan but better, um, which is like but Sasuke is gonna could like teach him anything when Boruto unlocks Jogan.
You see, go mark it
Because
somewhere.
with
When Sarada Sharingan matures a little more, you see how fast Sasuke will open up more jutsu for her than
I mean,
Boruto.
he can only from the only thing that he can teach Sarada is the different variants of Chidori, I guess.
Which is a big
Um,
deal.
which
Which is a big deal.
I don't think it's a good idea to
And
Sasuke even teach her that because then
it's not
Sarada
just that.
would just like copy and paste of Sasuke's whole arsenal aside from Amaterasu and Mangekyo abilities and Rinnegan.
Which are big deals, which are big deals, which are big deals to extent that the small things he's teaching Boruto will not work against those big deals. That's where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah, but like
It will not do much against those big moves and big abilities. Like I
yeah,
said, if
all the variants of
Boruto,
Chidori because Sarada has a different fighting style than Sasuke. Sasuke is more how to explain it refined, I guess, and more tactical. The Sarada is more like I don't want because Sakura is more like a brawler, just like Naruto. Sakura Naruto are like kind of like brawlers. Sasuke is more like technical and refined, and Sarada is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
Um,
but regardless, whether Sarada's moves or whether she's gonna copy Sasuke's or whether she's gonna refine her own,
do you think
regardless,
Sarada is gonna learn under Sakura?
to be honest, whether she learned other Sakura or not, what the obvious thing there is the fact that she has Sharingan, and as long as she has that Sharingan, she will always be drawn to Sasuke, and there is no way Sasuke will ignore that. Because if at any point in time Sasuke ignores to show Sarada how to use the Sharingan and use it efficiently and not rely uh on the bloodthirst part to having to kill your own person or your own friend in order to gain more power. I'm telling you, once Sarada's Sharingan matures a little further, you will see Sasuke focusing more towards her than Boruto.
I'm just
Because
gonna say, don't have too much hope on Sarada and Mitsuki, because they haven't been for 2 years in not even a single panel in the manga.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, it may not be so, but never lose hope.
because because I was rereading Boruto manga and I just noticed it's mostly just Boruto and Kawaki, like 90% of the time.
And that is only for now. But as much as Sarada continues to go
If
on a
Kawaki
mission,
doesn't leave the village, which currently it doesn't look like he is, um, I don't think Mitsuki and Sarada are gonna get any maybe a bit screen time, but not much.
they will.
Um,
Maybe not right now. Maybe not right
yeah,
now because
they can.
there is no way, and I mean no way that Sarada's eyes matures to a level where she's going to start second doubting herself and questioning herself. Remember
I don't think
that
Sarada
was
is
a
even get.
conversation. That was a
Sarada can
conversation
guess.
where
Sarada can get even to EMS because at best case scenario, she can only get one EMS because Sasuke has only one eye left. So that's why I don't think they're gonna go the whole Mangekyo Sarada route. Because if when she gets Mangekyo, she's gonna go blind,
well,
and there's not even the only way if when she gets Mangekyo that she isn't going blind if Amado pulls some shit of his ass to save her, some ninja tool, or even modifies her eyes.
there
That's why I
is
think that Mitsuki and Sarada are gonna be using ninja tools to no, maybe not Mitsuki's age mode maybe, but I think Sarada is gonna be more gonna use ninja tools and not mostly her higher stages of
not
Sharingan,
not for
because
long.
Kishimoto kind of thrust himself into a corner. Mm, with Sarada because he can't have Sarada because it's gonna be an asshole and bullshit if she gets CMS because or it's gonna leave a massive plot hole in Shippuden because it's been explained in Shippuden that you can only EMS only happens when you get a Mangekyo Sharingan from your blood relative. And the only blood relative is Sasuke.
Yeah, but
And
just like you
let's say
said,
Sasuke dies, and Sarada takes his eyes. She can only take one eye. So at best case scenario, Sarada is gonna go blind in one eye if she awakens Mangekyo.
yeah,
That's why
she doesn't need to get to Mangekyo. All I'm saying is she doesn't necessarily need to get to Mangekyo in order for her to continue to use Mangekyo sharing. She doesn't necessarily have to, because remember, there's Amado and there is Orochimaru around, right? But what I'm trying to say, because you said that Sarada and Mitsuki, that you don't think they're gonna get a screen time. Maybe
Yeah.
it's where they are on the manga right now. Where they are on the manga right now, maybe they're not getting screen time. That doesn't mean that in future
Yeah, I
they will
saw
not get a screen
someone say,
time.
and I think that like I know people would be mad if that happens, but Sumir is kind of like in the manga a second, third main character. Um, ever since I think her arc, even though like she's not really a fighter.
Because remember, Sarada is the captain of Team 7.
Yeah, which is weird because what are they gonna do with Konohamaru?
Well, that's what we're gonna have to wait and see because Sarada is now the new captain of Team 7, and there is no way they're gonna do all that. I mean, they could do all of that and still not give her a scream time, don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying, based on her presence, based on the fact that her father is still alive, based on the fact that whether we like it or not, as long as she continues to fight, that eye ability of hers will continue to mature, which it will get to a point where she's going to start asking questions, which is going to require Sasuke to pay her more attention to teach her how to do it without not going through bloodthirst route. And I believe that
Um,
Sarada has more accomplishments training with Sasuke, which she will. It's inevitable. Ain't no way Sasuke is gonna let his daughter or let give Boruto all the attention and leave his daughter at bay. There's no way that's gonna happen. And even if that happens,
Listen,
Sakura will be
I
there.
think
Sakura will
my
be there to
prediction.
nudge Sasuke on the right path because ain't no way Sakura is gonna let her daughter go through all of that without just leaving her like that. Because it will get to a point where Sakura's training will not matter anymore because there is this bloodthirst inside her, the Uchiha bloodthirst. She's going to need Sasuke, and if Sasuke is not there to do that, then that means Sakura is going to be a villain at some point.
I my prediction is that Boruto is gonna go with Sasuke for the time skip training, um, which the I'm I don't want to spoil you what happened in the last chapter, but it's just if I what I think is gonna happen, especially since the last chapter. Boruto and Sasuke are gonna leave the village to train, um, and Sarda, and no one can really come with them. Maybe Kawaki, but I don't believe it. Because I think Kawaki is gonna train under Naruto, which he already has.
Not fully. And I
I mean,
believe, I mean, to be honest, don't get me wrong. I look forward to see what Sasuke and Boruto, what they're gonna do in their training. I look forward to it.
like the whole plot. There's a major plot point. That Sasuke is, I mean, Boruto is Sasuke student and Kawaki is Naruto student.
Mhm.
That's been a major plot point.
Yeah,
Uh,
but where I'm coming from is whatever Sasuke is going to teach Boruto, it will be a good add-on on Boruto's normal ninjutsu refining ability to fight. But it won't be that much of a big deal if Boruto is facing someone with a bigger power skill and with some type of summoning jutsu ability. Now,
Actually, I think
Sasuke
we
may
were
teach
talking
him.
about Boruto. Is he more like Sasuke or Naruto? But um, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just gonna say spoiler alert. His fighting style, last which chapter, is like Momoshiki.
Yeah, that's fine, which makes sense. I mean, why
I
not? Because
mean,
Momoshiki is
that's
inside
only
him.
basically Board unlocked. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm not gonna spoil it. But basically, Board unlocked a higher level of Karma Seal, and basically he gained battle experience of Momoshiki, which is like he was fighting like Momoshiki, and even Kawaki, who was watching the fight, said. Um, but I don't
So
want to spoil what happened if you don't want to.
yeah, yeah, don't spoil it. But okay,
Yeah,
since you mentioned since you mentioned about the Momoshiki part, it's either Boruto learned the ways of the Otuski, or
which I think it's gonna be. Yeah, I think
which I
that
think
Kawaki and both are gonna fight like Kishiki and Momoshiki.
exactly. It's either they learn the ways of the Otuski, which is stronger than uh Sharingan, or
Yeah,
Naruto's Sage Mode ability, right? It's either that or it's best for Boruto to go to his father and learn Sage Mode. He will be more able to utilize it better than trying to learn Snake Sage Mode. Because if he learns Snake Sage Mode, that's him competing with Mitsuki because Mitsuki already
yeah.
has it.
I don't think they're gonna go because
So it doesn't make
they're
sense.
not gonna have the two. Because this basically, why would they have Sage mode when they have Karma? It's weird because
True.
if you have Karma, you don't need Sage mode.
Right. Yeah. You know?
What do you think of the Momoshiki, what Momoshiki predicted, that Boruto's gonna lose everything?
Well, um, we'll see what's gonna happen. Um,
Verjetno te bo kaj klical danes, ne vem, kjer dan, glej tako telefon, da boš dosegljiv. Je prav?
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, who is that?
I am. My mom. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for Momoshiki's prediction, will Boruto lose everything? I don't know. I have seen somewhere that Naruto and Sasuke are going to die, but that didn't happen, right? During
Yeah.
the Jigen
I
fight, that
don't
didn't
think they're
happen.
gonna die.
And yeah, we're going to see what's gonna, because I don't know. I'm not reading the manga.
Because
You're the one reading the manga, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen. So I can't really say what's gonna happen on that part because I don't know.
I'm just gonna say Naruto almost died again. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm.
I don't want to spoil it because it's especially what happened with Boruto last chapter. It's a ridiculously major plot twist. Because yeah, what do you think of the new generation gaining? I
Uh,
not I don't mean the how strong they're. I meant as characters. For example, Lina Shikacho.
the Shikacho, I haven't played the game. I haven't seen it even. I don't know what's that all about.
Oh no, I meant Inojin, Shikadai, and Chocho. How do you feel about them?
Well, they have potential. I'm not sure if they're going to go the same route as they did with Shikamaru during Shippuden with uh
Mm,
with Shikadai, because you know when they go on a mission, Shikadai is normally the one with the brains, right? So I see
yeah,
them doing the
yes,
same
yeah.
thing. I see them doing the same thing
Um,
as Shikamaru with Shikadai. With Chocho, I see them doing the
no.
same thing as Choji, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because she's already mastered the
Butterfly mode, yeah.
yeah, the butterfly mode.
I think I don't think in manga they're even gonna be relevant because I don't think they had even 5 panels in the manga. Uh, uh, But in the anime, they're probably gonna do something with them. What about who else is in the manga? What genin? Because the only genin that are like Borto's friends and stuff that are in the manga are Inojin, Shikadai, Chow Chow, and then like of course Team 7 members like Kawaki, Mitsuki, Sarada, and yeah, Sumire. Oh yeah, what do you think about Sumire?
Summer, I like what they did with her episodes ago, where she had to fight one of her teacher, and I think she does have a potential. She does have potential to do better and be
Wait.
better.
I didn't watch a few. I think around 3 or 4 last 3 or 4 last Borat episodes, but Sumire fought who?
Oh, Sumira. Oh, you mean Sumira? I thought you meant Subaki.
So, oh yeah, I did watch that episode. I think it was also backstory on the samurai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Samira, I'm not sure what they're doing with her. I think she's just gonna work in the hospital with the doctor, you know?
She's right now. She's Amado's and Kataski's assistant. I mean, she was. I know this is kind of weird, but like Mitsuki and Sarada weren't in the whole Kara Ishiki arc, even in the Code arc at all, not even a panel. Aside from the Boro fight. Um, and like Sumira was always, and it's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, because everybody was like talking about where are Mitsuki, Sarada, and Konohamaru in the manga, in the whole Ishiki code, Momoshiki stuff.
Yeah, they didn't really, yeah, we didn't see much of them at all. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it was only like the Boro fight, and
Only the
that's
border fight.
yeah. Because in the manga, the only appearances that Sarada and Mitsuki make is in the tuning exams, and then the Boro fight. Which is and yeah, Sumire first even like Sumire doesn't even appear in the tuning exams in the manga. She appears in when they go to the when they fight out, they go to the lab. That's like the first time Sumire appears in the manga, and she's like in pretty much all the chapters later, which why I think that Boruto anime is better than the manga. Because they don't do anything with side characters in the manga.
Yeah, I think if they do something with Simura, that would be good. But I think the
Yeah.
focus now, what
For now,
everyone
she's
wants to see is
yep.
Boruto and Kawaki. That's all
Yeah,
everyone really wants to see now.
yeah.
And I'm not sure how they're going to include other side characters or other main
Yeah.
character like Mitsuki and Sarada. I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but
It's kind of yeah. Boruto's the main character and Kawaki, the second main character. They're kind of like the main plot of the story. And Sarada basically wants to be Hokage, so they're gonna include her somehow. Mitsuki, I don't know. We don't even know his goal. He just like wants to be around board.
well, he still has Orochimaru, so I think Mitsuki it's in a good
Yeah,
place because so long as he has Orochimaru there for him, I think there's
hmm
always gonna be something that will happen that he's
yeah.
gonna train with
The only
or
problem is
Orochimaru is gonna
Orochimaru
happen.
isn't in. You know that like Orochimaru and Kakashi aren't in the manga, not even a panel.
I can understand to a degree because their days are gone, really.
Yeah,
Unless they're
and
just there to advise
it's
and to
just
guide.
weird. The weirdest thing is why isn't Kakashi in the manga?
If you're talking about Kakashi being in the manga, what about Guy? What about
I
Rock
mean,
Lee?
guy can't fight anymore. He's on a wheelchair, but
Yeah, what
I
about
mean,
Rock Lee?
Kakashi did fight Kashin Koji in the anime, but oh yeah, and for Sumire, what are they gonna do? Okay, but right now she's mostly just with Sai and Ahmad and Kataske mostly, like probably in the lab, and like they probably the main reason why they're gonna even keep Sumire in the store is probably because of whole Boruto and Sumire ship.
Yeah, and it's not just that, it's also the fact that she works in the lab, so
Oh,
that's a safe spot,
yeah.
if you ask me,
Oh,
because
I
each time
forgot
something
something.
happens, they're always gonna go to the hospital, and when they go to the
Yeah,
hospital, they're gonna see the doctor, and doctors
yeah,
always has assistants, which is
yeah.
where
Also,
Samura
I
comes in.
forgot that plot line. Sumire has Nue, which is Kaguya's secret jutsu, which is correlated to the Utsutsuki and Momoshiki.
Yeah, I wonder why
This
they're
is
not.
how Sasuke found Kinshiki and Momoshiki in the first place in that
Hmm?
dimension. It was because of the whole Gozu Ten, or the seal that was on Sumire's back from the
Mm-hmm.
first arc. Which, if they're gonna exploit more of Nue correlation to Kaguya and Momoshiki, and then correlates to Boruto, I I, I think I would really enjoy that, because I hope we see more of Nue. Because I really hope we see the the giant Nue that we saw in the first arc.
It would be nice to see that happen because the
Yeah, because
relationship with her mystic power with Kaguya, and Kaguya is also part of the Utsuki.
yeah,
That would be nice to see.
yeah,
That would be
because
nice.
what do you think about how Shikamaru treating Kawaki?
I think it's going to be how Shikamaru treated Sasuke. I think it's going to be
Yeah,
that
Shikamaru even
relationship.
said that he never liked Sasuke.
Yeah, he said it through. He said it literally. I think a lot of people didn't like Sasuke on Naruto. Kiba didn't like Sasuke.
Yeah, basically, a lot of people in the class didn't like Sasuke because he was always number one, and I think they're like thinking, oh, he he's acting like he's better than all of us, which he was. But
I think one of
it's mostly I think it's like in Black Clover how Langris and Alekdora don't like Yuno.
right,
Yeah,
but
because
I
Yuno isn't arrogant, but I, I don't know how to explain it. He's like a cool guy, which while like Langris and like Alekdora hate him. I don't know.
I think with Shikamaru, I think one of the reason why he treats Kawaki the way he treats him is simply because he remembers vividly during Sasuke's time, and he doesn't want. He remembered what happened with Sasuke, how he
I think
was.
mostly just I think it's just mostly thinking. I don't want to say because he isn't like Danzo, but he was
I,
acting a bit like Danzo because he would like do, especially if you read Shikamaru novel that's in the Boruto era. It takes place after the Momoshiki fight. Basically, Shikamaru was willing to kill all the Kages. Um, and he was even like he even locked them in shadow possession. Naruto had to go Seizo Six Pass mode to break it.
I feel like
Basically,
each time Shikamaru looks at Kawaki, it reminds him of young Sasuke when he was just bad, bad, killing anyone that gets in his way.
But
So
I don't know if Sasuke is the right word. Maybe end of part one Sasuke, because Sasuke till the whole Sasuke retrieval arc was just chilling in the leaf. And Kawaki is kind of like I do kind of agree with Shikamaru that, like, basically, especially if we know what happens in the episode one, when you see everything is destroyed. It's kind of like Kawaki did it, and like Shikamaru says that, like, Kawaki is a security risk, that
Mhm.
its danger is to harbor him.
and which was the same thing he said during Shippuden when
Yeah,
Naruto was
when like
trying.
Sakura and Naruto were the only one that were against the whole, when the whole class said that at the Kage-sama that they had to kill Sasuke.
Yes,
Uh,
when the initiation of killing of Sasuke was initiated,
yeah, Sakura
Shikamaru,
and Naruto were
the only
against
ones,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
Shikamaru supported taking out Sasuke. So,
yeah,
which I think is the reason why each time Shikamaru looks at Kawaki, he just reminds him of bad Sasuke during Naruto and Naruto
yeah,
Shippuden. And he knows indeed, which he's actually right. Kawaki is a risk to the Hidden Leaf Village.
yeah. Which
He's right.
Kawaki, what do you think? Ooh, no, maybe without spoiling, I can ask you this. What do you think about? Basically, it's not really a spoiler, but you know how Code is kind of like the only reason why Code wasn't like disposed of, because he was like devoted to Ishiki and Otsutsuki.
He was what?
Basically, Code. I think they said in the anime that the only reason why Code wasn't disposed of, because he was stronger than Jigen, is because of his devotion to Ishiki and Otsutsuki.
But
And Amado,
how would
and
he have such a demotion to such
yeah, okay, basically
that
in
is so
the,
weird.
I mean, we learn later in the manga that you know how Bora worshipped the Otsutsuki.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
right.
similar to that. He's kind of like obsessed with. It's kind of spoiler, but not just Ishiki. When
It's not. I
Burushiki
mean,
pop,
it,
Burushiki pops out in the manga, Code even worships Momoshiki.
yeah, it's not a bad spoiler simply because
Yeah.
a good evidence of that is Boro trying to
Yeah, because
recreate
the
the
whole
infinite Isukiyomi
you know, the whole Boro's whole cult
mission.
for, yeah, that wasn't in the manga,
Yeah, I mean
which
his
is,
whole idea is to bring or restore
yeah,
the infinite Tsukiyomi. But the thing
it,
with Code is no one, because in the anime they didn't show much of him doing much really. Like it
yeah,
nothing serious. But then again, I guess they were saving him for
yeah,
for something much better in the future.
yeah. He's
So
the last Kara member. Yeah, I mean, I'm Code has a ally, but I'm not gonna spoil. I'm just gonna say it's not a Kara member. Yeah, basically, Amador compared Kobe's obsession with Otsutsuki to Kawaki's obsession with Naruto, which is maybe a hint to what happens in the flash forward. I heard the theory that basically, when Kawaki says in episode one, flash forward, that he sent Naruto somewhere.
yeah.
Someone said that probably some Otsutsuki came down to Earth, and that's the person who destroyed the village, and probably planted a divine tree, and probably Kawaki sent Naruto to the other dimension. So, because the whole planet is gonna be sucked from chakra. He said probably to save Naruto, Kawaki sends Naruto to the other dimension.
But where are they gonna go from here on out with Sasuke and Naruto?
Because I think it's really good that they nerfed them. Because now we have a clear sense of danger. Because I think that was the whole episode. I think that episode 200 and I think 20 was the whole episode when when the Kage summit was, that they were like Kages were Gaara even says that ex Naruto is he willing to kill Boruto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they basically said that if Momoshiki revives or comes out again, that no one can stop him. Which which is did you read did you watch the Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah, I watched the first season and I read some parts of the manga.
Did you read the part in the Shibuya arc where Sukuna comes out?
I think so. Yeah, I read.
Basically, it's similar to like when right now if Momoshiki comes out, no one can stop him, which is which I saw a lot of people compare Momoshiki to Sukuna.
I like what they're doing with that as well, simply because, and you're right with what you said, because now for the first time the village really feels very vulnerable.
Because before Naruto and Sasuke were at full power.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when Momoshiki and Ishiki attacked, it was still like a big danger.
Right, but not as much because these two are there. Naruto and Sasuke.
They're now Naruto. And if Momoshiki or even like someone stronger comes, what are they gonna do?
I guess we're gonna have to find out.
Yeah, I mean, Kawaki and Boruto have to get stronger, I guess.
Well, they're already strong, but it's just that once, and again with Kawaki, I mean, what does he do? Because he lost his karma, right?
Ooh, I don't want to spoil you in the manga. The last few chapters. Oof.
Okay, because the latest opening, Gold, there is
karma, yeah.
Yeah, basically in the latest opening that I watched, which I did a reaction to, there is this premonition that says that Kawaki kind of feels like Kawaki still has his karma or will get it somehow, because there is something when when Boruto opened his arm and you see his karma activate, and right seconds after that or a second after that you see the same thing happened to Kawaki.
Actually, that's kind of a spoiler, but
no, don't spoil it. But it's just that there's a premonition of.
Then I have to. Do they have to take basically Kawaki from last chapter of the tier list? Because I mean, we're not gonna get to Boruto characters for a while, for like a few weeks. So.
Okay.
But basically, I mean, basically it's revealed the whole, if Kawaki is gonna have karma or not. It was revealed in the manga already.
Yeah, and that intro, the latest intro, Gold, they revealed it as well. So
actually, wait, let me pull that. Basically, I don't know why anime did it. That Boruto opening basically spoiled the I'm not. Let me send you a picture. Um, check DMs.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
Even
basically, this is I'm not gonna say what, but this is kind of like a pose that Boruto is in the manga. A major spoiler. A major spoiler. Yeah.
which shows that there is a turmoil going on in there. There is a struggle between himself
Yeah.
and Momoshiki.
I'm just gonna say, I don't know if I should say it, but basically, this happened because basically Boruto was, you know how Naruto had a heart attack in Shippuden at the Kage Summit in the snow
Hmm.
when he was hyperventilating.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, that is a nice animation still. I like the
yeah,
animation on that
basically Boruto kind
opening.
of hyperventilated because of the meds.
Mm.
Basically, this is a spoiler. I'm not gonna give you any context because it's a major spoiler. But if you've seen the DMs,
Wow.
yeah, basically, because I don't want to spoil because it's a major. But basically, they spoil. I mean, it doesn't mean anything if you haven't read the manga. So
No, it doesn't mean
um,
anything. It doesn't mean anything. All I can see, and all I can say based on your
yeah.
analogy is that the same pose happened on the manga. So,
Mhm.
but looking at the anime or the intro opening picture over there on top, you can literally see that there is a struggle going on. Something is happening to Boruto. And
Mhm.
they kind of made it clear on that video, the opening, that something is gonna happen. And I kept saying that, is it a premonition on what's about to happen, or is it just to show off? But I think it's a premonition
Yeah,
of what is
I
going to
don't
happen.
know if they were even like thinking. I, I don't think that was like intentional that they put that in there because I think that was like a sequence of Kawaki having a hand around his face, Sarah the Sharingan, and this picture of Boruto was in that high quality. Uh, oh yeah, what do you think of? I was just like I was talking with some friends a few days ago, and we were talking like, where is the chakra cannon that was in the last that they were gonna use to blow up the moon?
Sorry, repeat that again.
You know, in the last when they had the whole the what was the light the what the cloud village had the chakra cannon. They were
Mm-hmm.
gonna blow up the moon.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I was talking to some friends, and we were like, "Where's the cannon now when you need it?"
I know, right? But even if they have it and they blow something with it, or they or they try to hit something that misses, wherever that thing is gonna land, it's going to be devastating.
Hmm.
Because I remember that cannon, and I believe the Kazekage was gonna use it. Is it the Kazekage or
The Rekage and B
the
was in the
Rakage?
seat.
Yeah, he was gonna blow that moon up, but thanks to the
I
other
mean,
Hokage that
the
told him
cannon
not to,
wouldn't work against Momoshiki because he was gonna absorb it,
he's gonna just
uh,
absorb it and negate it.
and Ishiki was gonna shrink it. But
And not only shrink
Code,
it, not only
but
shrink it, he can absorb it and throw it right back at whoever
yeah,
fired it.
yeah, it's worse if Mushiki absorbs it. He can multiply it several times stronger,
Right. Shit.
which is because you know how he absorbs tail bees bomb, and
Yeah, I
how
saw
big
it.
he made it to knock out Naruto.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that like Naruto and Sasuke were lucky that they fought Momoshiki before when they fought him in that dimension. Because otherwise they would try to use ninjutsu on him and they would lose. Because we saw what happened when that I think Sasuke when he was controlled used ninjutsu on Momoshiki, and then Boruto had to save all of them. Um, Actually,
Yeah.
that's I don't think you know who this is, but a lot of people were like, this is basically a lot of fans were like simping for her in the Boruto manga when she was introduced. Basically,
Who is this? New
um,
character?
you want me to say?
No, you don't have to.
Basically, I'm just gonna say she's simping for basically she's Code's ally, but she's simping for Kawaki and Boruto,
Hmm.
which is why I saw on Twitter a lot of people are like saying that the whole Sumire and Boruto versus Sarada and Boruto is is no more. Uh, I think that the best thing is for like Boruto to not end up with anyone, so it could easily end the whole shipping wars.
Like you mean to have Boruto as a standalone fighter?
I mean, yeah, that like Boruto doesn't end up with anyone. I
Oh,
think it
like you
would be the
mean
best.
oh you mean marry anyone?
Yeah. Even though I think it's gonna be probably Sumire, but I think that the best because like fans are hating on a character from other ship. Uh, okay. I'm gonna have to go. So
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Thank you for that, Cindy. So and thank you guys so much for joining us on this stream. And once again, if you ever want to join the stream on the next episode, I think the next episode we'll be doing the Akaskis. And
Yeah.
yeah, if you ever want to join the conversation, let me know. Or when the stream is going on, I will leave the link to my Discord, and the link is on this description too. Don't forget to join and subscribe to the Discord. And if you do want to jump in to share your thoughts, please feel free. And yeah, you guys are amazing. Feel free to push your thoughts on the subjects that we have talked about. If you want to share your thoughts on any subject or anything that we just discussed, feel free to do so. On that note, stay safe, keep on keeping on.